Guys, you know what it is if it is Monday and we don't do a show on Sunday. It's Sipping on Sundays on Monday. You know who it is. It's Mr. Campbell. It's Zo Phillips. Sipping on Sundays on Monday. Off Script Network, the Rocky Miller Channel, man. Bring you the best news and notes from HBCUs, sports, talking about what's going on. But, man, I'm going to tell you something. This is going to be a little bit different show today because there's a reason why we call on Sipping on Sundays. Because there are things, if it happens in the great state of Mississippi, sometimes we got to talk about it. Sometimes we got to explore it and things like that. But I'm going to start off with you, man. Listen, how was your 4th of July?
Man, my 4th of July was copacetic, man. So trying to think. Oh man, I hung out with my baby girl and man, just did things with family, man, with my bride to be and my daughter, my family, man, and just kicked it.
Yeah, that's good, man. Well, hey man, listen. I did so my 4th of July. So I go ride on the Beltline every Saturday. So that
I'm jealous.
Oh yeah, well I go right down on the Beltline. I go sightseeing.
I bet you do.
I go sightseeing. So it was 4th of July. So you know what I mean? So I went.
I'm jealous.
Rode my bike, did my 10 miles, stopped at my little spot, got a little spot. Shout out to Dynamo's Pizza and the Tap. So I go hang out there with my folks there, and then I take it on home. So I say, so I hadn't been out in a long time. And I'm like you said, me and you talk about I'm a big foodie and stuff like that. And then of course there's spots over in Atlanta. So I said, you know what? Got home, didn't have anything to do, had a fresh tank, full tank of gas, fresh haircut. I said, man, I'm gonna go to this rooftop called Moonlight because I heard it was like the best view of the city.
Really? Where's that?
So it would be okay. You know what Ponce City Market is?
I know exactly what Ponce City on Ponce, right across the program.
So the backside of Ponce City Market.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If there's a street that goes right toward Ponce City Market, and you know where the Beltline is, right there too.
Yeah.
It's a like a office building, a hotel, and it's right there in this other hotel. So it's back 2 blocks over.
So it's better than the
roof. Man say East Side Beltline. There you go.
So it's better than the rooftop on Ponce City Market.
That's what they say. And I'm gonna tell you something. Again, it's 4th of July. And I get to see the fireworks. So you can see all of Buckhead. You can see all of downtown. You can see South going towards the airport because the whole patio goes all the way around the club.
Okay. So I got to tell you, so my spot, rooftop wise, and you probably been, ain't no big secret or nothing. I used to always love going to 6 feet under, but the other one on north side.
Yeah.
I would go there on the rooftop because they got another 6 feet under on Memorial.
They do, yep. Uh-huh.
So I was going to go on north side, do the rooftop there, man. It had amazing views, but I didn't know about Moonlight. I gotta go check that out next time I come.
That's the spot in the city. There's 2 more that they open. I gotta look at the names. I keep the name, leave it in my phone. So I'm gonna go check those out the next couple of weeks before we get going with the football and stuff like that. So yeah, man. So hung out, looking clean and stuff like that, man. But this is my thing, and I didn't. So I want to be very clear about me. I am a very progressive person, and I'm an ally to all. And I'm one of the people. You live your life, I mind my business. I don't care nothing about you. Mm-hmm. But so this was the funny thing because this is Atlanta, Georgia. So I see it's a lot of people in there, but there's this one person, like extremely tall woman, right? Mm-hmm. What I see. So red, fluffy, feathery dress. I see the heels. And I'm saying something ain't right about this because, like, this person is like Angel Reese tall. If it's one, bruh, that man turned around with that full beard, with that full beard. I said, well, you know what? I said, let me tell you this. At least he ain't tricking nobody.
With a full beard?
Full beard. Had a dress, heels, and a full beard. You know what? I'm not even mad at him because at least he ain't tricking nobody. At least if you go home with him, you know what you're going home with. My boy had a full beard. Full beard. And was living his best life.
Man, you can't even check Adam's apple in Atlanta no more.
Bro, what I'm trying to tell you, you didn't have to check his. Because he was already letting you know how he moved. My boy had a full beard. And I was like, man, that is crazy. Now, you know what? Okay. All right, I got to get out. Hey, what's up, Mr. Play on Sick? But this is okay. I'm old. Okay, I need listen. Nah, bro, don't nobody get me. I've been in Atlanta long enough. And you listen,
Yeah,
you can't. I'm ungettable when it comes to that.
me too.
Because I've been. It's two things. You got to remember something. I'm in the hair business, so I have seen the best of the best try to look like whatever they try to look like. So I know what it is. But Zo, hold on, man. I got to show you this picture. I got to show you this picture because no. Because this is about some shoes. No, this is some shoes. This is some shoes. And again, I never do this, but I had to do this. So I'm over at the Interlock, right, on Friday. So well, you know what the Holiday Bar is, and what's that? The dive bar, whatever that is upstairs at the hotel, right? So I go up there. I mean, nice crowd and everything. Got a DJ, put a DJ up there. I said, okay, well, they blacking this thing out. But I see this guy, and I mean, he is with this really good looking chick. And I'm like, man, okay. All right, my boy, do your thing. So hold on. So I see, let me pull this picture.
Don't tell me he's gonna be like the new millennium version of Huggy Bear.
But so hold on, boy. So I'm sitting up. So you know how you're sitting down and you can see like the back part of the person. So I just look down and I see these shoes. Now, so I'm gonna ask y'all, I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat. I want to show you these shoes that I would assume this man is a straight man, but these are the shoes he had on. And so I want you to, and I want people in the chat to get these shoes a name. Cause I want y'all to give me a name for these shoes. Cause these are the shoes that he had on. I need to know, Zo, what in the Air Pocahontas 12s are those, bro?
I was about to say them like some Mormonites.
I need, okay. If anybody in the chat can tell me what type of shoes are these, that a man, first of all, ain't no way. I'm gonna say this again.
Hey man, some Air Lormans, dog. Lormanites, bro.
Those are some Air, bro. Listen, I'm gonna say this now. Listen to my brothers. I know y'all want to be fashion forward, but anything, these are called tassels, right? So
I was about to say what the girls call it, like the J6 guy in their pants, what they call them, fringe. That's what that is. Right?
Yeah, hey, tell me what this is, y'all. Is it tassels? I'm gonna say this, bro. Yeah, this is for women. I'm gonna say this again. Don't ever put no shoes on. Or so if you're going to do that, go full moccasin. You know what I'm saying, bro? Don't have the half moccasin.
Hey man, his shoes got a skirt,
bro. Come on, man. You said them Air Turkeys.
Man, his shoes got a skirt, dog.
I'm like, bro, this is what I see. And I mean, I never invaded my space, but I had to take a picture of this. Because I just wanted to make sure. I know I'm old. I'm 56 years old. You know, I know I'm too old to know how the game is told right now. But I just didn't know what was on with these Air Pocahontas 12. I'm just saying, it wasn't say Air Moccasin 1. Sweet News said Air Moccasin 1s. So this is the first version. Air Moccasin 1s. This is what my boy had.
Hey, this is what all them golden girls gonna be wearing when they in street clothes, man. Air Lormans, dog.
You know, I wouldn't be mad. You know, the purple and gold. Well, you know, with a little brave on, you know what? Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You come out there, you know how the girls, when they had the pep rally and stuff like that, and they just chilling, and you know, had like the little Alcorn and the tights, and then they had the Air Moccasin 1s on, or the Air Pocahontas 12s.
Oh, man.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and this is my thing, and I never understand this. Usually this happens to women. But where's his boys at, so? Where was his boys at, say, dog? Because you know he went into the store and was like, man, first of all, I don't even know where you can buy these at.
Hey, man, I'm going to kill him with these.
He said, I'm about to be super fresh with this, my boy. I'm coming out with these tassels, these Air Pocahontas 12. And you know what he said? It's all to say what he said. That infamous. Ain't nobody got these.
He right.
Ain't nobody got these.
They got an actual air, and they actually got an air bubble on them, dog.
Bro, that's what threw me off, because I was immediately looking for a Nike thing, right? I was immediately looking for a Nike swoosh and all that. Cause I said, my boy has got the straight Air Max bubble in that joint. My boy, airplane rocks. Hey, nah, bro. I listen. My shoe collection is tight. It is tight, and people will tell you one thing about my shoe collection. And I got all types of Jordans. I got every pair of my shoes is grown man shoe now, bro. I can't rock this. I can't rock this at all. So this is just my weekend in Atlanta, so God bless. Hey, but listen, I'm doing all that talking, but he had a hammer with him. So I guess if she cool with it,
she can look at his feet though.
Yeah, but she, I don't know, man. I, like I say, but them, you know what? I might have to put a poll up because I don't know which one. Air Plymouth ones, Air Pocahontas 12s. What did
Air Lorman, dog.
Air Turkeys.
Them Air Lormans.
Air Lormans. Right. Well, absolutely. Yeah, we done seen that. They say all the taking stuff. Yeah, right. Now see, Derek. You know what's so funny? You just said, you know what is funny? I would not be shocked if it is some type of brand like Balenciaga that is these shoes. You hit it right on the head. And that joker went to Lennox, saw them in that back corner, paid $450 for them, and thought he was killing when he went out to the club that night.
Nah, he ain't go Lynn. He went to Rack Room shoes for them, dog.
No. See, this ain't Rack Room. So I'm telling you, this ain't Rack Room. I'm telling you, that boy spent some money on this. I'm gonna ask y'all a question real quick in the chat. And let's be not Rack Room. How much y'all honestly think he spent for these shoes? Put in the chat how much y'all think he spent for these shoes. That's what I mean. That's old. Nah, you gotta go. You can't go Rack Room because this is not no Rack Room shoe. This is too specialized of a shoe to be Rack Room. So how much you think he pays though?
I don't know, dog. I don't know. I mean, literally, man, that dude got shoes with a skirt on them, dog.
And I mean, bro, with the fresh Pocahontas tassels or fringe or whatever they call. Oh, hey, you know what? We got to be. Hey, 250, 600. See, I'm telling all right, Mr. Shout out to Mr. Don't Play 06. Probably is an alpha with that 06 in behind, if you are. So shout out to you. Look at this. I believe that's the floor right there. I believe 250 is the floor. And I believe my people right here, WW Mac 02, I think 600 is the ceiling. I think so. Now, Glenn, he didn't get, I'm trying to tell you, you got to look at the shoe was too well made to be cheap. I'm telling you that. The shoe was well made. The shoe was well made. I'm just trying to tell you, the shoe was well made. So I just had to pull that out. So I just had to pull that out and lighten up the mood. Well, listen, man, we have a lot of things that we're going to talk about, but unfortunately, here on Sippin On Sundays, man, we don't just talk sports. And there's something that happened down there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast that really has concerned me, and I think some of you all have heard the news. So we're going to pull this up because, hey, man, we're going to talk about it because, like I said, this is Sippin On Sundays on the Off Script Network on the Rocky Miller channel on Sippin On Sundays on the Monday. This is what we got going on. But, man, unfortunately, we got one of them situations that we got to figure out people got to figure out what's going on. So here we go. Hold on one second. See if I close this. Apologize because New York. I think you guys have seen this young man, excuse me, that was named Nolan Wells. He was missing July 4th. He went missing. He went out to the boat with a couple of young Caucasian men, and they found him. So let's talk about this. A body has been found in the water after a Mississippi football player mysteriously disappeared while visiting a local island with friends on 4th of July. Nolan Xavier Wells vanished after a boat trip with friends on Saturday and was last seen around 3 p.m. in quotation marks. We're going to talk about it. Talking to a girl on the north end of Horn Island, a popular barrier island 10 miles off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So here's the thing, just to kind of get you set up. I know you guys have seen a lot like at these lakes and stuff like this. So apparently during the 4th of July, majority white people go out here to this Horn Island. They have their boats. They go back and forth to the little island. They have drink parties and things like that. So they said he was found missing on Saturday, which was July 4th. The sheriff said they found his body at 8:45 this morning, which does match the description. The body was found in the water just off the shore of the west end of Horn Lake. This is the young man right here. And then they talked about it last talking to a girl on North End. So let me say this. So these were the group of, okay, let's get this. These were his boys that apparently he was out there with. And I guess maybe, I'm assuming he was only 18 years old. So I'm assuming they probably went to high school with him. And we're going to talk about a little bit about Ocean Springs. So again, of course, his parents, heartbroken, said they got so many questions and things like that. So yeah, so he did play at Ocean Springs High School. And this is, again, another one of the pictures and things like that. So one of the things that, and I don't know if it's in here, let me see. What was interesting, and I'll have to find that, is that when he was missing, is that his buddy didn't see him after 3. So he went off with a young lady. And I guess the boats had to come on in, back to the shore, the main shore, the Mississippi shore. They didn't know where he was at, allegedly. They didn't know where he was at. And they had his phone, though, and they brought his phone to his mother. So that was the thing. So this girl, because I had to make a phone call. And so I tell you what, I think we need to break down. And so you probably even know this better than me. So I have a lot of family down on that Gulf Coast. So all that Biloxi, Gulfport, Moss Point, Ocean Springs, and Ocean Springs right there, basically a suburb of Biloxi. So basically,
once you cross the bridge, you're in Ocean Springs.
You're in Ocean Springs. So basically, Ocean Springs, where all the rich white folks live down there. That's where they stay at, in Ocean Springs. So just to kind of let you know. So I had to call, make a phone call. So I actually know somebody that actually knows their family. And so what I'm going to do is just say one thing. The only thing I wanted to know was this thing about this girl, because they had it. He was talking to some girl. And that was kind of like a red flag. But they said it is a girl. Now, there's 2 stories is that the girl was his girlfriend. And then the other side is saying that's not his girlfriend, just his friend. So when you saw this, what was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw this?
Not shocking, normal stuff that we get, that we see. And literally, as you gather the information and you start to learn about all the information, the thing that really upsets you is, especially now being a parent and pretty much all of our age demographic, we're parents and some of us on the verge of being grandparents, right? And when you think about yourself, when you try to visualize, because we were once teenagers too, doing what they were doing.
Yep.
But let me, before I get to how I feel, because I want to give what I'm saying context, I need people to know that if you're familiar with the Mississippi Gulf Coast, it's a Beach Boulevard is just a strip, right? You go from town to town, Gulfport, Biloxi, then you get to the casinos, then there's a huge bridge. You get to that bridge, you land, you're in Ocean Springs. Well, they're going to Ship Island. So in Mississippi, you have these barrier islands, off the coast of Biloxi. You have Cat Island, Ship Island, Dolphin Island, I believe it is. There's like 4 different islands that you can actually get to. Ship Island, to give this context of visual imagery for you guys, is 12 miles.
Horn Island.
That's it. Horn. I said Dolphin. My bad. So Ship, Cat, and Horn Island. Ship Island is 12, and people go all the time because there's a huge army base, I believe, on Cat Island, I believe, back during the Civil War and everything of that nature. So Ship Island is 12 miles from Biloxi, right? 12 miles. And so you talk about having your friend's phone. I don't care if they were drinking or whatever the case may be. If you got the withdrawal to be able to operate that boat to get back to land, because how you gonna sit there, even if he went off, how you gonna sit there and leave your friend, but I got your phone? Remember now, this is not like we in a car and we down the road or the case may be. And even if that's the case, who gonna leave a friend, but I got your phone, I'm gonna take your phone in. If I got the withdrawal to say I'm gonna give your phone to your mama, naturally gonna be like, we're not gonna sit here and leave. We came together, we're gonna leave together. But like literally, you know what I'm saying? It's just like this is the train of thinking when it comes to our black babies, right? And so, again, yeah, we're gonna be outraged, and you know what I'm saying, and rightfully, deservedly so. But the thing is, bro, is just this is why, I'm probably gonna ruffle a few feathers. This is why, I don't, and I'm gonna say something. I know a lot of times people joke about being in other spaces, But look, I'm 6'4", 250. I'm just gonna tell y'all. And me myself, I'm uncomfortable being around nothing but white people. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't have a racist bone in my body, but I don't, because whenever you around just a bunch of them, I don't feel safe. So there's this thing where white people may not feel safe around a bunch of black people. I don't feel safe, right? Because typically either the police are going to be involved or it's going to be something fishy that's going to be happening. I'm a tall, bald black man, right? But whenever there is a case where there's the majority of the time, I deal with the law of averages because nothing is 100%, and we know this. But a lot of times, man, when you got one black kid, and I've heard some examples where they'll say, well, they got an Indian kid and a black kid and the rest of them white. I'm sorry, my child is not going. And I dealt with this, and I was like, I don't care. You can get mad all you want to. You're not going. Because when things happen, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? When things happen, you'll get alienated, even if that Indian is there, because again, there's not a sentiment toward that Indian or Hispanic kid like it is to that black kid. And my thing is, let's just call it a spade and keep it real. And so I'm sorry, I don't, and I'm gonna do all the things that I can. And I'm sorry, like it's sad that it has to be this way, but I'm all about preserving what I have or any other kids that I see. That's why, like, for example, like I live in Madison County. Y'all can research that for what it is. Look, my kids go to Germantown. I'm not comfortable with it, right? I know I'm different. I went to an all-black school, and I believe in diversity. But there's something to it when I'm my other daughter, is in this very great choir, right? It's only 2 black students in this choir. And this choir is not the school choir. It's like a elite choir. Like they go travel the country and sing and do all this stuff. And I had to have this conversation, like, if there's a party or anything function and you get invited to, if the other black girl is not going, you ain't going.
Come on.
I've done this because I see it. I see better than I hear. Because guess what, man? When something happened, man, saying I'm sorry ain't gonna cut it. You get the authorities involved, man. They're not gonna do due diligence for us. And so to keep me from having to lose my freedom, I go the hard route. So I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm just giving some examples.
You're giving honest, yeah.
So my thing is, when it comes to this, man, my heart breaks for the parents because, bro, I can't imagine getting that phone call, bro. Think about it. It's just a regular day. You sit there and say, "Oh, hey, mom," or "Hey, dad, hey, pop, I'm rolling out with my partners." Now, granted, I'm not gonna do like their parents did in that scenario, but guess what though? He's 18. At some point in time, you gotta let the leash go, and he gonna make his own decisions. He felt comfortable enough, but then the problem that I have is, you see how innocent it was, how comfortable he felt. There was some trust there. These are my boys, but yet and still, you see now the same thing wasn't reciprocated to him, because even in, I'm gonna say not death, but even in any uncertainty in your location or anything, you see that wasn't reciprocated. There was no trust in the decision to I'm leaving, riding on a boat. Because let me tell y'all, the body of water that he was in, it wasn't a pool, bro. It wasn't a lake. It was the fucking Gulf of Mexico. Understand the picture right there. That's the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm finna leave on a boat driving 12 miles, but I got your phone, but I'm gonna give your phone to your mama. Okay, so if the mama asks where he at, what they gonna say? Oh, we don't know. But y'all left? Like, bro, come on, man.
Now, hold on. I want you now. See, and this is where we gotta keep it a buck, right? And I'm gonna play something from one of my classmates, and I almost had him on, but it was just so late. But I'm probably gonna have him on next week. This is the picture I want everybody to look at, and I want you to just think about this and just replace it with 3 black guys. And Zo, I want to you the dad. This is your son. I'm one to, and we change this, right? And I come back, hey, Mr. Phillips, I got little Zo's phone. I don't know where he at. I think that's gonna go over with you.
I'm like, what you mean you don't know where he at?
How many of these boys' mamas is you call right there? Immediately. Because Steve, ain't no way you gonna tell me that you don't know where Lil Zo is at and you got his phone. There ain't no way. See,
No,
this
but then
is where the disconnect is at.
I'm a little bit like, well, not only where he at, why are you here giving me his phone and you ain't got him? So you left him? I'm like, so you left him? Y'all left together, so you left him.
He was talking to a girl. We ain't know where he at. Now, mind
so you left him.
3. Now, this is at midnight. Now, hold on. It's 8 hours. Isn't that right? 8 hours between 3 and 8 and 12? 9 hours?
Yeah, 9 hours.
So 9 hours. They brought the phone to the mother at midnight. 9 hours. Come on, man. What are we doing? I just wanted. So this is the thing. So I'm gonna play something because I just think this is just interesting. And my classmate, he broke down, and it just unfortunately the parallels are the parallels. And shout out to my boy Brad Franklin, Kamikaze. We're gonna have him on the show.
And my neighbor, man, Brad Franklin.
As you say, one of the greatest MCs of the 82 counties. But he just, hey man, listen, man, when I say great social content for my boy right here, he just breaks it down. So this is him right here, and this is his thought process on this.
Well, here we are again, folks. And you know what I always say, those that do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Y'all remember what happened with this lady up here? This is Tamia Horsford, a 40-year-old mother in Forsyth, Georgia. She went to a sleepover with some football moms in 2018. And the next day she was found dead, face down in the backyard of the very place where they were having the sleepover. And nobody know nothing about what happened. And to this day, there has not been justice in this case. And those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. This young man right here is Nolan Wells, who unfortunately was found deceased just a little while ago. He went out to Horn Island in Ocean Springs, Mississippi with these guys right here for a July the 4th excursion, and he didn't make it home. These guys brought his phone back to his mother and father, but they did not bring him back. So I say to you once again, because I just made this same video a few weeks ago when the Carmelo Anthony trial was going on, stop putting your kids in these situations where they are in danger. I know you feel like you're doing what's best for them. I know you feel like sending them to the white schools and putting them in these white neighborhoods and white enclaves and having all white friends. I know you feel like you're doing what is best for them, but you are putting your beautiful black babies in danger. Tamia Horsford is gone. Nolan Wells is gone. And nobody know nothing. Nobody knows anything. And his death has been ruled an accidental drowning. But somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. And at the end of the day, we do not learn from history, and it continues to repeat itself. Don't be the token in the group, because tokens get spent. And as you see right here, history keeps on repeating itself until we get smart enough to understand. Stop putting yourself in these dangerous situations. You are in danger.
Steve, I want to touch. I want to touch on something too. So, okay. You know, we can all say, look, they left. They didn't come. He didn't come back with them. But the one thing, because we all see better than we hear, right? Because anybody can fix their mouth to say anything, but it's what you do the moment you get back, right? Because where's the girl? It's silence. You see what I'm saying? The boys is silence, because guess what? Even if this mistake were to happen, let's say he didn't pass away, but got left. I'm just using an example. And it was 4 black kids. This situation is totally different. Even the actions after they arrive on land is all totally different. So what you're seeing, because again, Steve, you can go ahead and tell them they've already lawyered up, right, Steve?
Already lawyered up. And I want to be clear on something. And I want, because like I say, one thing about me, and once again, Sippin On Sundays, Zo Phillips, Mr. Campbell, Sippin On Sundays on the Monday, Off Script Network, Rocky Mill Channel. So again, I had to call down on the coast because you see stuff and everything. Again, I know somebody that actually knows the family. I wanted to make sure what I heard, because people were calling me, asking me. But the one thing, and this is a fact, one of the young men's mother is a judge down there.
Is a judge.
That ain't nothing to be denied. That ain't no fake. So I'm going to tell you this. And again, and what we have to speculate or whatever, but I'm going to tell you this, and let's be honest about this. You're not going to say he didn't call his mama. You're not going to say, hey, mama, he's missing. We don't know where he's at. And I'm trying to tell you, mama answered a whole different way. I answered that a whole different way. Now, I'm going to play something. So, will you finish with your point? Because I don't want to cut your point off.
No, go ahead.
So here's the thing. And again, I like to have differencing of opinions. So this is pretty interesting. Now, this guy, he went to FAMU. He is a very well-known lecturer, book writer. And he said something, but I think sometimes when you want to enter the conversation, and these are especially these highly smart, super intelligent people, this is what he posted on his social media. And I think he told Mr. Mark on this. And I'm going to post this. I'm going to tell you the brother's name in 1 second right here. So Ibrahim X, the brother, is a well-known writer that you probably have seen. He wrote a lot of books. God, when he went to FAMU. But this kind of threw me off right here. He said when something horrific happens to a black person, like they go missing, to be anti-black is to find a way to blame the black person. You shouldn't have went along with the white people. You shouldn't have went there along with men. You shouldn't be dressing that way. You should have run, or you shouldn't have run away. You should have left them. You are the problem. Black people are the problem. No, what you're saying is the problem. Stop policing the behavior of black people when something horrific happens. Now, he has this on the side. So this is what he says. Nolan Xavier Wells, 18-year-old college student, is missing after a trip with his white friends in Horn Island, Mississippi. Wells' white friends came back. He did not. I see too many people, particularly black people, already criticizing Nolan for going to this island as the only black person with his white friends, implying, if not saying, he should have known better, implying, if not saying, whatever happened to him is partially, if not totally, his fault, which is exactly the outcome of internalized racist ideas. Anything that happens to us is our fault, not the person who did this to us, not the racial structure that regularly allows it. So when I read that, I said, okay, let me step back and understand. But see, this is what I think when you are too smart and you try to be too analytical. Because, see, I'm a black man. I have parents. I have children. I have grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Jackson, Mississippi. And there were things my mother taught me and my grandparents taught me not to blame me, but to protect me.
Yep.
I went to St. Joe, the only, at that time, really true integrated school in the city of Jackson. Truly, like, close. Because you know how it was. And I'm going to tell you this. You had all them white folks that went to St. Richard's. Rich white folks, though. I went to school with them for 4 years. Had one of my partners actually went to elementary all the way through. And they had a little, what they call latchkey parties.
Yep.
They had them latchkey, get everybody, and I mean, drink out a good old time. They come back, y'all should have came. And I'm telling you right now, I could call Brad, I could call every black boy from St. Joe. You wouldn't have dared took your ass over to East Jackson. Ain't no way your black ass by yourself is going to East Jackson. So the only time all the black guys, and I'm talking about the black guys. See, it's different with the girls. Girls, a few of them, but not a lot. But the black guys, the only time we went over there, and this is so funny, it was a graduation party when we all said we're all going, and the graduation, so you know that nice neighborhood right there on Old Canton, and at the, I don't know, what's that other street, that Raymond Road, is that not Raymond, that other street right before you go to the reservoir, you make a left, you go to the reservoir. Nice, super nice neighborhood. And we're standing out there, and this is to prove that point. So we're standing out there. Now, this is, you know, on the right side of Old Canton is Jackson, Hines County. The left side is Madison. So we're on the Hines County side. So
yeah.
JPD pulls up. But, you know, back then, that's when they don't let the white police work out there. No black police.
Mm-hmm.
So white police roll up on us. Lights booming. Y'all need to come here. We heard that somebody was breaking in the car. Now, mind you, it's all our cars. And we like, oh, shit. We shouldn't have brought our black ass out here. And shout out to Debbie Pollock's mother, who came out there. And they were getting ready to put the cuffs on us. And Debbie Pollock's mama said, what are you doing? Well, we got a report that people breaking their car. I need to see why they're out here. She said, let me tell y'all something. That white lady said, those are my sons. And God damn it, if you want me to call such and such, I'll call him on that phone right now. This is before cell phone. She said, if I go back in here, you won't have this job by the time I come back out. Boys, y'all go back in there. I was like, okay, Miss Paula, do your thing. But that just right there, all the stuff my parents had told us. So if it had been one of us, we'd have been hemmed up. Now, the good thing about it, we knew stay eyes on that Hines County side, and we would have been all right. We would have been all right.
Well, Steve, you know what? Funny you say that, because even like I'm younger than you. I graduated high school in '96, but even prior to that, whenever we would make a move out in the reservoir. Obviously, it's a little bit different now, but at that time, whenever we moved to the reservoir, you wouldn't ride out there by yourself. No, you would always ride 3 and 4 cars deep. Always when you went to the reservoir. You go to Reservoir Point. I know you remember Reservoir Point. Yes, you go out there, man, you ride 5, 6 cars deep.
Don't play that game. So my thing is, he's missing the mark of his argument or his discussion that he thinks that black people are blamed. What we're doing as parents, these are the things we teach our children to protect our children. So when we see this, we're not shocked, but it's that thing that we always do as parents to say, make sure you know where you're going. Make sure where your different spaces at. Who are you going with? So that's the thing. Yeah, now said he, I'm sorry. Said he is missing the mark because, and what I mean by that, his argument is not what people are doing. And I'm saying that's not what I'm doing. So I'm sorry. And I'm a parent. I don't know if you're a parent or not. I am a parent. And I'm telling you, and I'm a parent who's from Jackson, and my mother told me the exact same thing. There's no way my mother would have, if I would have called my mom and say, hey, Mom, I'm going out here on the reservoir with my boys from St. Joe. And she would have said, is Gary, Donovan person I'm going with you? Okay. Nah, it's just me. My mom said, oh, hell no, you're not. So I'm telling you what I know. So he's not missing the mark. And I'm not, and what I want to be clear is what he's missing is there might be people, but it's the concern of being black that we have seen, especially in that state or wherever you may be. And I'll give you another story said so you can understand it. But I don't know if you have children or not, but I'll tell you a friend of mine. He was up there, so went to FAMU. White girl went to Florida State. They would work at the same place up there in Norfolk, Virginia. And he said, the white girl said, hey, Oscar, I tell you what, when you going back to Tallahassee, we can trail each other. He said, oh, okay, I'm going back Friday. So he goes and tells his daddy, and he said, hey, Dad, I'm going to follow Amy back to Tallahassee. He said, well, who is Amy? She went to FAMU. No, she go to Florida State. He said, what color is she? He said, she's white. You know, his dad said, oh, hell no, you're not. Oh, hell no, you're not. So this, and why did his dad, and we laughed about it. Now, any other people would be like, man, you're being paranoid. Because you know what I know? And what his daddy knew? If Oscar was following that girl, you know how you follow people? Guess what the police would have been saying? I've been driving behind you for the last 5 miles. You've been telling that car. Are you stalking her? Are you doing something? That's what people would say. So I want to be clear on where we're going with that. And I wanted to give, hold on, I'm losing one thing. But I did want to give the other side of the argument because I think there is legitimacy of where we should not slut shame, because he put all that in the slut shaming, gay shaming, this shaming, all that shaming. So, you know, it's that those are the things, but I'm sorry. Yeah, where's that? Where's Said? It's out Said Walker. He's up in here. Post my news comments. I don't see. Okay, I'll find it. But no, shout out to Said Walker, man. Shout out to him, my guy. But I wanted to put this point of it is because I would agree if I did not get that same speech from my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, the same speech I gave to my daughters, the same thing. All of us and everybody in Jackson got that speech. Be careful where you go. Who are you going to be with? So go ahead, Zo.
No, I was going to say too. Also, you know, Steve, we're both from Mississippi, right? You're still in Atlanta. I relocated back from Atlanta back to Mississippi. But, you know, the one thing we have to be cognizant of is though all the South pretty much are the same, there are still distinct nuances from state to state. Like, for example, in Texas, you'll see a lot of interracial dating. A lot of it. Right. You won't see you barely see any of it in Mississippi. Is it happening? Yeah, but it's extremely rare. extremely rare, especially when it's black and white. But there are nuances now because, like I said, I'm in Madison County. When you go to Madison Central, when you go to Germantown, these kids, they're doing more things. It's still in a way kind of I'm gonna be real. It's like they're mixed, but in a way, it's still in some cases segregated. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%.
It's just like it's almost like, but they still have to commingle. But then there are certain things while you're there where it's either going to be all white or all black. But then when it's like some mingling, it's very minimal, right? Very, very minimal. And I'm just gonna be real with you, bro. Like when you start to see it, and we're talking because this young man was 18 years old. And he went to Southwest, you know what I'm saying, which is a far cry from Ocean Springs because Southwest Community College is in Summit, Mississippi, which for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much Summit in Macomb.
Yeah.
And you know anything in Macomb, it's black. You see what I'm saying? But Ocean Springs, and again, that's where he's from. So again, yeah, he grew up around this, but now again, there's a naivete, being naive. And a lot of times it's the parents want to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're trying to do our thing. Hey, your friends are your friends. We're not trying to police that, but I'm sorry. And me saying this to the guy who made that post to this point, I'm not saying that it's the parents' fault or it's the young man's fault because his post still kind of make it kind of hits the mark in a sense, right? My thing is
that's why there is legitimacy. I'll pull it back up. There is legitimacy in his discussion point.
Yes.
That's why I had enough respect to pull up. I understood
where he's coming from.
But
Rocky, I'm not tiptoeing anything. Yeah. I'm specifically saying, no, it's not the parents' fault. But I'm just saying, because they were easily trying to commingle to where I'm not necessarily going to go down that road because I'm trying to do all things to be preventative. I'm a defensive driver by nature. I'm always on defense. So I live and I move that way because, again, I am a protector of any and everything in my home. And just like my dad did with me, man, even when I was with my friends, man, my dad wouldn't even go to sleep or do anything until I got home. Because he'd always say, when you leave and you in them car, man, you with them, I'm worried about you. Until you get home, I know you safe. Well, hell, if I'm like that with my boys, what you think I'm going to be like with people of another hue? And I know historically things like this are going to happen. Because I'm gonna try to prevent all this.
This is, okay. So this, you know what? I got time today. The level of foolishness in this comment, bro. Let me tell you something. You live in Chicago. I know a bunch of people in Chicago. Don't even play that game with me. Don't even try it. Because I got partners of mine that own business on that north side, and they had to get their ass up out of there. Don't even play me. And I'll put somebody on the phone that had a bunch of businesses, multi-million-dollar business. Man, listen, the city of Chicago, the quote, and Martin Luther King said, was the racist city that he had ever been in. So please, let's not play this play. So this is not no South mentality. Because I know people in Chicago that have this mission. I'm saying I'm originally from D.C., and my daddy told me that. Like I said, my boy's from Virginia. So this is not a South mentality. And like I said, I don't know if you have children or not. So maybe this is because you don't have you have children and you tell your children, hey, going over there with the white people, you're good. That's your business, said. But I don't think you have any children. And if you do, then I'm going to give you some advice. It's because I got grown kids. Now, I know you're a couple of years younger than me, but I'm still older than you. And I've been around the world. And I've been to Chicago a lot. Don't play that game with me, man.
I'm going to just say this. You can, at this point, it's semantics. If you want to grasp as straws, you can. I'm not moving in fear. I'm moving, playing defense, moving and trying to protect what's mine because I'm going to do all things necessary. And again, I'm open when it comes to not having the issue, letting the reins go, but I'm going to protect anything and everything in my home to the best of my ability, but also instruct them. Because the thing is teaching them and guiding them in that way. Now, again, if you grew up in Texas, and you grew up around it, cool, so be it. But again, those are small nuances from state to state because I can assure you, when it comes to lynching or deaths by young black babies, you know what I'm saying, 2 white people, I guarantee you Texas is almost quadrupling the population in Mississippi. I can assure you Mississippi has a higher percentage of doing so. So my thing is, when you have data, when you know the energy of where you are and what shit is like, you learn how to move in regards to that. And so doing so is not putting you in fear. It's me being on the defense because I'm growing people here in my home. I'm growing people, productive, smart people, and teaching how to move in this culture as a black person. Point blank, period. You're on mute, Steve.
You got real good parents. It's like, come on, man. It's like, bro, listen, I'm going to say this. It is not different. There is no, listen, man, I don't know where some of y'all live at, man. I'd have been all over this world twice, bro. It ain't no nirvana for black folks. It ain't. So I don't know where y'all keep acting like, I know this sounds good to say dump on Mississippi and all this, bro. I'd have been all over, bro. And white, let me tell you what I do know. No matter the dialect, no matter the zip code, white folks gonna be white. If you don't believe Donald Trump from New York, don't let me get started out there, man. Come on, like I say.
Hey Steve, watch
so
this. What's
you
this,
say
Steve?
you're from Jersey? Well, what's different? So you're telling me in Jersey, a place that your boy Cory Booker, they had when he was the mayor, and they had that, what do they call that? When they have to have the police under God, it'll come to me in a second. When he was the mayor, because they were arresting more black people than white people and trumped up charges. Come on, man. Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. Like I say, bro, I'd rather for you all to be honest the way the world works and not saying, hey, well, I live over here is some nirvana, because like I said, I've been all over, and then, man, listen, it is what it is. But let me get to this point and we're gonna move on and everything. And shout out to everybody. Yeah, thank you. Consent, there you go. Was under consent decree. See, that's why I like. Got some very smart people, the HBCU alums, or probably went to college. Thank you, Joseph. Consent decree. The city was under consent decree. That's in Jersey. Come on, man. Let's not even do that. Let's not even do that. So my point of it is, and I will say this. Now, you can take this however you want. If you have children, if you know. I don't ever want somebody to say, hey, don't have white friends. I got white friends. Real good with a lot of people in St. Joe. But what I will say is this. And this goes, and you know what this, and this is into all the people that have daughters. I think, Joe, you'll understand this. You got a daughter, and your daughter say, hey, daddy, I'm about to go with 8 or 9 boys. You're gonna be like, what else going with you? Are you not gonna say that? Just automatic? Because you want to make sure that there's some balance and some safety. So that I'll take color out of it. You do that with your daughters. You
and that's not, and making that decision. I'm sorry, and making that decision, you're not making that decision out of fear.
No. Yeah, it's like out of fear. No, listen. There's a difference between safety and fear. And I think that's where some people get that confused. And like I say, bro, I'm one of the strongest people you ever gonna meet. But the one thing I do, I'm not a fool. It's go like I say, so you're gonna understand this. I got a nice car. I know where the hell not to drive that car in Atlanta. Now, if somebody get that car, I can't be like, oh man, I went over there to the Bluff Zone, my boy over there, and somebody got me. I was supposed to be shocked. Come my ass over there in the Bluff.
You talking about the Bluff? Hell, I'm talking about parts of Cabbage Town.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It was like, man, come on, man. It's like whatever, man.
Kirkwood.
So you know what? We're gonna go move to the next thing. And like I said, we are praying for that family. And like I say, hopefully, prayerfully, you know what? I will say this, and I'll say this with a very level of ignorant innocence. I hope that it was just an accident, though. I hope they find out that it was just an accident, because I don't want anybody.
I doubt it.
Well, we know that. We know that. Absolutely, we know that. But I'm just saying, because again, I want to end it on that, because people start accusing and stuff like that. And again, this is not anything against the parents, stuff like that, because again, his parents are hurting and stuff like that. But I guess for me, why it touched me, because I have kids, and I just remember all those stories that was told and talked about and things like that. But so we got to go to another thing, because this ties into, we did a show this Thursday, me, Scotty, shout out to Scotty. I had to get Scott out there. And my man, that we had to do this. called the Throwdown. And we talked about LeBron James and we talked about Jaylen Brown. So once again, I guess being smart is a problem. So I'm going to play this clip that went viral that everybody lost their mind. And talking about Herb Stewart, HBCU Hoops Weekly. But I got another video I'm going to play right behind it because it just proves the point of what happened. So this is Colin Cowherd. He has sources of why the Celtics moved on for Jaylen Brown. Let me show you what Colin said right here. So,
Brad Stevens is getting crushed. The GM. They obviously wanted Jaylen Brown out of the building. Jaylen Brown, I had 2 NBA sources tonight, 2 people in the league, one an executive, one a scout, say that Jaylen Brown it's a disease. He suddenly thinks he's the smartest guy in every room he's in. I've worked with people in the media. It's really, you get into a really bad space. You make a lot of money. Suddenly you're absolutely sure. You don't want to listen to your bosses. You don't want to listen to consultants. You don't want to listen to teammates. Jaylen's kind of, and by the way, this was, one executive told me, this was always a little bit of Jaylen Brown's personality, kind of the smartest guy in the room, and live streaming and throwing it out there. And that's just not a good space. It used to be nothing good happens after 3 a.m. Nothing good happens when pro athletes live stream. It's just trouble. Stay away from it. You need PR people. Even what I do, when you're emotional, when you're in a terrible mood, don't go to live streaming. Brad Stevens is getting.
So here.
Wait. Hold on. I want to play one other thing just to tie in, and I'm going to let you rock. But when I heard that, I saw a clip, and this kind of made me think about this right here. Let me pull this clip up. Hold on 1 second. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second, though. Pull this up because this just ties in how far we've been fighting this fight. Okay, here we go. And this is my guy, Big John Thompson, talking about the intelligence of a black athlete. This was close to 40 years ago when John said it's probably about 35. And this is what John Thompson said about, and he said athlete. He didn't say black. He just talking athlete. Listen to his response. This could have been his response to Colin Cowherd. Listen to what Big John had to say.
That's a myth in America is an educated athlete. I don't believe anybody in America who's in business wants athletes to be educated if they intend on doing business with that athlete. And the minute that athlete becomes educated, they're somewhat offended by it. Because now an educated athlete doesn't just say, yes, our boss has said that. He starts to question the system. So now when you get guys like Patrick and Alonzo and Dikembe, and I was very proud because every time they got out of the car, the Georgetown guys were jumping up. But we had been arguing and fussing all the time about everything. I didn't always agree with every position that they took, even as it related to the lockout. But I was proud of the fact that now they're using their intelligence. Well, we talk a lot about athletes being educated. But the educated athlete, you're going to have problems. You're going to have lockouts, you're going to have boycotts, and people don't want that to happen. But some would say,
so how did Big John drop that jewel that I could drop right now in 2026?
Hey, you better give context of when that video dropped. That video drop was like 2001, I believe. 2001, 2002, when that video dropped.
Come on, man. Come on.
So we talking about over 25 years ago.
Yeah, easy.
So, the thing is, and Kyle Cowherd actually put his foot in his mouth. He went from, so the one thing I hate is when you actually go on air from a source as if like you know the person or you were dealing with the person. Because he went from my source to naming another source, and he was just saying that, it's not that it was just like, oh, well, he's just. Not that he thinks that he's smart, but he is smart. And the main issue of everything, you want to talk about podcasting? Well, Steve, the real problem with athletes having podcasts? The real problem is because if you think about it, the athletes have the leverage and the power now. See, now, if Colin Cowherd comes out with that video, now I have a podcast, I can address that. You see what I'm saying? Also, I don't really have to address the media. So anything that's a narrative that's negative about me, I can come out now and I can address that. That's what they don't like. Also, it's eliminating them. So think about it. Used to have what's my guy who used to be crazy? The dude that punched the one that Jim remember Jim Everett, he had punched him.
Yeah, Jim Rome.
Yeah. So people like Rome, see, they're done. Because now after a game, you know how, like, man, no, I may not talk to the media right then and after the game, but I can come on the next day, you know, clear my head, and I can, whatever is said about me, I can dispel it. So the problem is you got an intelligent black man, because I would employ everybody. Go watch Jaylen Brown. Watch the video of how he addressed the idea of being traded. It was actually refreshing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. I employ all of you to go watch him. It's actually really good. It's really good. So the thing is, you know, people want one size fits all, right? From everybody. But again, he's a thoughtful, intelligent person. All of this comes out and comes across the screen, right? And he's very, very clear, concise with his thoughts and his feelings, right? When he's talking about his career. And I loved it. So again, the thing is, you got these players taking control of their career and their image and how they're presented to the media. And that's a problem for other media heads. Because I can assure you, Colin Cowherd wouldn't say that in front. Man, oh boy, Jaylen Brown could come on Colin Cowherd's show. He gonna have a whole total different energy. Point blank, period. And see, but I'm gonna tell you something. You don't see many black journalists talking and moving the way Colin Cowherd does. Point blank, period. You know, well, I heard this and I heard this, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. He hadn't had a conversation with him. Point blank, period. And also, man, finals MVP, making all the money that he's making, doing what he's doing. Yeah, he was traded, but it's like, oh yeah, he was traded because he's the smartest person in the room. Or he thinks that he's the smartest person in the room. Come on, man.
You know, when I heard that, and I'm like, you know, and what's funny, what I like about how the man maneuvers, because one thing I will say about Colin Cowherd, he didn't make that up. Somebody called him and told him that, and they said, "We want you to say this." And he said, "Oh, absolutely, I'll say it, and I'll sell it." So he goes on there, he says that. Smartest person in the room, and you know, kind of like that. Now, mind you, what's interesting, I think Jaylen Brown's he played for Celtics for 9 years. You never heard anybody say this, never heard any of his teammates talk about it, won a championship with him, never talked about his practice or any of this. But now all of a sudden it's a problem. But I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, man. And we talked about this on the Throwdown on Thursday. I'm not stupid. Here's the deal. Boston Celtics got sold to a private equity firm, and they're about money. And Jason Tatum's going to see this, but start with Jaylen Brown. That apron, that second apron, is a mother, and it reissues hard dollars back out. And if they sign Jaylen Brown to that 2-year, $142 million, that pushes them so far with that second apron, they might have to spend between $150 to $250 million in allocation.
But also, this other thing too, Steve, to that point, why is it that whenever you are letting somebody go or getting rid of a player, trading a player, they're leaving your team, you want to try to tarnish their image? You want to try to tarnish the legacy? That's the
whole thing. Why do you want to tarnish? And that's my thing. That you hit it right on the head. Because you know what's going to happen, Zone? And I'll let you get on this. I'm going to tell you a secret. Well, it's two things. Jason Tatum is going to catch hell. Because first of all, Boston Celtics won 56 games last year. Guess what? He better win 57. That's first off. Second of all, guess what happens in 2 years for him? He comes up for his Supermax. You know his Supermax is north of $100 million per year.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Guess what the Celtics are going to do? Well, you know, Jason's been hurt. We haven't got back to the championship finals. And I think we might need to go in a new direction. Now, watch how they slam him. Watch how they slam him. And I think, shout out to who was that? CBS said that. Yeah, he finally stated about the money. You can't have two. Exactly. So let's just say that. But don't come up here and shoot Colin Cowherd that bullshit to try to destroy this young man. And then you do the most racist, stereotypical thing. You can't talk about he's doing anything else. He's too smart. and we know what that is. Uppity Negro.
Yep.
Uppity Negro. So this is how y'all roll this. So, man, you know, I just think that if you make a trade, go ahead.
But here's the thing I want to speak to. See, I want to speak to the character and the man that Jaylen Brown is. I mean, look, graduated from Cal Berkeley. I forgot what his major was, but man, you should see what this guy does in the offseason. Everything he does speaks to his intelligence. He is really, really big on academia, even in his spare time. So, you know, so my thing is him being intelligent is not just saying it because he had a great GPA at a great school. Like, he lives it. It's who he is day in and day out. And so to sit there and say, he's the smartest guy in the room. I mean, in most instances, shit, he is the smartest guy in the damn room. Seriously.
Yeah.
And like we want to use that against him just because we're shipping him off. And mind you, this is the best season that he's had in his career was this past season. The best season in his career. And he actually spoke to that. Right?
56 games won. And here's the funny thing. Shout out to Hutch. Hey, man, Hutch always shows up. And Hutch, I respect this. And he says most of the league doesn't think JB is worth. But here's the problem with that. What you think is worth. You know why he got the Supermax? Because the league's rules said he could get it. Because you know why? He made all NBA team after
finals
all NBA
MVP
team.
too. And finals MVP.
So when you do that, so you can say what I'm not worth, the rules say I am. So I find it funny when people say he's not worth that, because the only way you get the $300 million like him and Jason Tatum got is because they were all NBA players.
But but here's the thing. Actually, whoever says that he's not worth it, they're wrong. Not just off the fact that he was all NBA and he was the finals MVP. All his stats from the past 4 years prove it.
Well, only reason why I say that, because that can't be argued about his worth, because the rules say he's worth that.
For sure. But my point is the rules show it, but his play has showed it. Again, Jason Tatum was not the finals MVP. Jaylen Brown was.
Yes.
Jason Tatum he actually proved his value more this year with Jason Tatum out on injury, leading him to 56 wins. And last time I checked, Jaylen Brown's a two-way player. Jason Tatum ain't. Jaylen Brown's the best two-way player in the league. Jason Tatum ain't.
No.
And me saying that is not to discredit Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is a great offensive player. He's a great player. But Jaylen Brown's a two-way player, the best in the league. Finals MVP. Look what he averaged this year. Look what he did for the team this year without your great number one player. Because most people will say that Jaylen Brown's the number two. When number one went down, number two led them to a better record this year than when both of them played the previous year. That's facts.
Nah, and Hutch, I get it, but analytics, and here's the thing. And you know what? So, Hutch, and this will be my last point on this. I like that you said that, because the analytics, and I'm going to ask anybody in the chat that watches basketball. Analytics said that Derek White is a better basketball player than Jaylen Brown. You tell me what team, and there's a reason why Derek White doesn't make the money that Jaylen Brown does. Tell me what team, in honesty, that would take Derek White over Jaylen Brown. It's not going to happen. If it was a draft right now and no money was involved, you're not going to tell me that you're not going to draft Jaylen Brown before Derek White. But according to what you're right, according to the analytics, that he's not worth than Derek White is. No, man.
I'm gonna be honest. If we're being real, I draft Jaylen Brown over Jason Tatum.
You know, it's like, come on, man. It's like, you know, it's crazy. So I just wanted to point that out, and we're gonna get on to it. But so we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna do a little bit of basketball because we do have to talk about LeBron.
But before you do, they go look at that last comment.
Oh man. So, you know, so here's the thing. So, boy, your folks, they got a little bit upset because there was an article that came out, and the people them did about 50 different shows. I think they got a show on right now, PV versus everybody. I think they run there talking. I think that's why Sid had to run off probably over there, which is no problem. But Zoe, the toughest and easy HBCU schedules for 2026 came out, put together by your Jack State alum Kendrick Marshall. And boy, folks was upset about this zone. So I guess Kendrick, which again, this is all simple math. So it's not his opinion. He did the math and looked at strength of schedule. Number 1 strength of schedule was Southern. Number 2, FAMU, Valley, Howard, Norfolk 5, Arkansas Pine Bluff at 6. So let's stop right there. So 6 teams are playing, based on their schedule, are playing over 500 schedule. So basically they're playing teams either that are 500 or have a winning schedule. Prairie View is next at 7 at 483, Alabama A&M, Tennessee State, Delaware State, Grambling, Morgan, North Carolina Central. Reigning HBCU champs are 14, Bethune-Cookman, Texas Southern, Alabama State, and pulling up the rear is Alcorn, Jack State, and Hampton. So it was 2 things. It was folks upset. They're saying that Jack State playing a light schedule, and some of the folks were saying, look at who we play, and everybody else in the middle kind of fell. Now, Zoe, this is not you talking about a particular school schedule, but what do you think about when you see an article like this and what this does?
I have to give a disclaimer. I'm prohibited from talking about Jackson State's schedule.
Right. Now, I don't want you to know. I'm just talking about the overall, not their schedule, but overall when you see this. Is there any validity? Does this even matter? That's what my question is. Does strength of schedule matter?
In the big scheme of things, to me, yes, it does.
Okay.
And the reason why I'll say it is because, when it comes to, let's just say, any team that's 500 or better, right? So if you have an easy pathway to get to a championship game, more so the team that is good but plays an extremely tough schedule, that matters. It definitely matters. So, for example, if you're in the West, right? Because I can use PV last year. PV had a cupcake schedule, and I said it before the season started, and they, thought I was hate then. And PV schedule was a cupcake schedule, but also me saying that is not to turn right around and say that Jackson State had an extremely tough schedule. But PV had an easier schedule than what Jackson State did last season. Uh-huh. And so when you don't face, when you don't have to face, for example, you play every team in the West who pretty much was bad. And then let's say you don't play Jack State in the regular season. You don't play FAMU in the regular season. You don't play Alabama State in the regular season. You play Valley and Bethune-Cookman and Alabama A&M last year. Well, yeah, that's an easy ass schedule. I know some people say, well, we all play each other. Yeah, but everybody, we do, but we don't, because everybody don't play everybody. I mean, it's a 12-team conference, so everybody's not playing everybody. And some teams are being missed, because think about it. When you talk about from a division standpoint, it's a lot tougher for FAMU to have to play Jack State, Alabama State, and then Prairie View, right? For an example, all in the same season. But then you got the next team in the same division, or sorry, on the other division, that don't have to play nobody that got a winning record. So it does matter. It does matter, because if you got an easy pathway, now the only thing about that is if you do have that cupcake schedule, and let's say you survive, you win all those easy games. Well, if you make it to the SWAC championship game, well, that at that particular time, that is your litmus test.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and so I'm going to pull up Blue's back. He says it's worth noting it's a terrible way to calculate strength. So Blue, I guess I need a little bit more understanding, because all he did was just add up last year's wins and losses, and it came up to the percentage. Now, does that project to what's this year and what's going to happen? Because teams change. No, but I guess I just want to understand when you say it's a terrible way, because what other way is there to do strength of schedule? Or are you saying I can look at somebody's schedule and they have quote unquote harder teams more? So, because again, I guess it's the 500 thing.
Well, it's based off last year, Steve. So
I get that. Well, it's always the strength of schedule is always based off of last year. It's never the new year, because we haven't played the new year.
Yeah.
The schedule is always of last year. But I guess we'll just use Prairie View. Prairie View is playing Tarleton. They're playing somebody else, highly ranked and things like that. Are they saying, well, and that's what Prairie View's argument. I'm pretty sure that's what Lionel's doing a whole show on. We're playing Tarleton, and guess what? Our schedule is much harder than what they're saying. And I get that if that's what you're arguing. You're saying I'm looking at the teams and I'm playing at my top end. I'm playing better teams compared to your top end teams. Then maybe that's the argument that you're trying to have. I don't know, but I'm just trying to figure it out because to me, it is what it is. Strength of schedule. Because here's what I will say about that. When you look at, because let's see. Okay, so Southern right here has the strongest strength of schedule according to what they said, right? I can look at Southern's schedule and I can say, that team is not no powerhouse team. That team's not a powerhouse team. That team's not a powerhouse team. But based off the schedule last year, clearly they had a bunch of teams that had winning records. That's why they had 600.
Well, because I'm going to say, because see, Southern is locked in right now without even knowing Southern's schedule. They're in the West, which is the weaker division right now, obviously. But Southern is locked in with Jackson State, FAMU, and Alabama State. We know this. And Prairie View. So you see what I'm saying?
And Grambling. And Grambling has a winning record.
So you see what I'm saying? So by that metric, Southern, so they should have you know what I'm saying? They have a tougher conference slate, even though Alabama State is a non-conference game, but they play more tougher teams, you know what I'm saying? Especially within when you talk about who we play amongst each other within the conference. Now I can't speak to that non-conference because I'm unsure right off the top of my head who they play. I think they play Louisiana College. I think Southern non-conference slate may not be good as well, if I remember correctly. I think it's on par with Jackson. I think Southern has a D2 plus Louisiana College. I may be wrong.
I'm gonna pull it up, but guess what? Hey man, this is Sippin on Sundays on a Monday. Zo Phillips, Mr. Campbell, Off Script Network, Rocky Miller Channel. But sometimes on a Monday, you gotta get a little outspoken. You gotta get a little outspoken because when we're on Mondays, so you know what it is. My boy, my son. He said,
and then he gonna pop up here with a damn Baton Rouge area code shirt on too.
Man, it's my sleeping shirt.
Boy, you might need to get off camera there, my boy. Folks might get upset about that.
Also, what you saying that you sleeping on Southern?
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna join on my laptop. Laptop. My sound keeps going on. I'm joining on my laptop.
All right. So we got to see what he said. You know why he's doing that? I'm gonna pull up Southern's, the Southern Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going off the top of my head. I believe that they play. I could be wrong. I think they play Louisiana College. I think their non-conference schedule is rather easy. You know, when it comes to Jackson State, and see, I want to touch on something real quick too. Like Jackson State again. Look. I'm not gonna try to defend it. You know, I've been told what I've been told. I get it, but then I No, I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But let me get to this because there's this narrative out there, right? A huge segment of people will say, well, you know, our goal.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I just want to make sure. Maybe that's he said. Okay, all right, go ahead.
And so there, you know, I've heard this thing about, strength of schedule doesn't matter. I mean, because hey, our goal is to win the SWAC and go to the Celebration Bowl. So we don't care about rankings and a strength of schedule. And I'm like, that is the biggest crock of bullshit that anybody could say. You always in any sport or any endeavor, remember these are college kids. It's a sport. In all things, you want to test your mettle. You want to be the best version of yourself. And so, no, nobody's saying. It's like they say, it's almost like if you're not doing one thing, then you need to be doing the complete opposite. So just because we say we want a competitive schedule, it's not saying that we want to go out here and grab the toughest schedule that we could think of. Nobody is saying that Jack State needs to go out here and play Ohio State, Troy, and Louisiana Tech, and for all your non-conference games. Nobody is saying that. But don't tell me that Jack State this year in particular could have scheduled. There's having your SWAC schedule, and then you playing a Tennessee State, South Carolina State, and then you could play a Sun Belt school. That's a good formidable schedule, bro.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with testing yourself. Also, when it comes to players, man, if you want to sit here, because I'm telling you, you're gonna lose out on certain players because, oh man, you don't play nobody. You're not testing yourself. And again, man, nobody should have more than one D2 school on their schedule. Me personally, I don't want to play D2 schools, But I get it. Sometimes you want a tune-up game for the first game of the year. Okay, whatever. Especially if you're gonna have a 12-game season, I'll give you that. You schedule one D2. It could be an attractive game at home, tune-up game. Fine, so be it. But bro, don't sit here and tell me you're gonna have a D2 and then turn around the next week and play another D2. So my thing is, man, schedule a game to challenge yourself. You know what? A game can go either way. The game against Southern Miss, we lost that game, but guess what? It was a competitive game, and we had a chance to win. We just came up short. You schedule a ULM. Guess what? It's a competitive game, but you got a chance to win that game. You're either gonna win or lose anyway. But your team can be competitive in that game. So I'm not saying go out here and no point to schedule Ohio State. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that, right? Yeah. So my thing is, and then when we talk about money and we talk about, how much you can get for a game, well, my thing is too, when you have an attractive game at home, schedule an attractive game that entices your fans. And I want to make this clear. People say things like, those things don't matter. Let me tell you how you're lying. Because when the schedule come out, you get turned on at the fact of, we play Southern at home this year. If they good, guess what? I'm going to that game. Is that not the same damn thing, Steve? Guess what? We play FAMU on such and such day. Man, fam, you good. We going to that game. Yes, you got diehards that gonna go to every game, but the novice fan or the sidewalk fan, let your team be winning. I tell you what, Steve, if Southern Jackson State game is going to draw well regardless, right? We play Southern in Jackson this year, but let Southern be undefeated when they come to Jackson. Steve, and if Jackson State is 4-1 or undefeated when Southern come, Steve, tell me how well you think that game going to do then, right? But if both teams, Steve, if they're not really attractive or they ain't looking good, Steve, that game ain't going to be packed. We know this. It's the same thing when you do non-conference games. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want an attractive opponent for my team. Then who don't want to see the game? I tell you what, when Prime was here, remember all the recruiting was about Campbell. When we signed Campbell for that homecoming game, guess what? It drew some extra buzz, right? Because guess what? We got a lot of good players that we signed. They got good players that they signed. We coming to that game. Homecoming gonna be packed regardless, but that game had extra juice on it because of who it was.
Right.
So my point is, why can't you have the same mindset when it comes to any and every game for your fans and for your team? All I'm saying is schedule damn attractive games. Like now, Tennessee State and Jackson next year, that's gonna be an attractive game. Tennessee State is ass, but it's just a name, right? But then again, what is Jackson State first home game this year was against South Carolina State? Don't tell me that wouldn't raise eyebrows. The past two Celebration Bowl champions meeting in a rubber match in Jackson to open the season. That's an attractive game for your fans and for your football team.
We'll handle that down in Miami. So introducing Abraham Scott from Alabama A&M, in the professional. Mr. Scott, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the show tonight.
I'm doing well. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
sir.
He's sleeping on Southern.
Listen, shout out to Anthony Lawrence Collection. He gave me this, you know what I'm saying? So, it's one of my. Listen, man, when you about to go to bed, it don't matter what you put on.
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. See, when you get that degree from Alabama A&M, when I'm gonna be right there when you get it, you ain't gonna be saying it after that. You ain't gonna be wearing no Southern stuff, my boy. I'm just trying to tell you. That when you start them classes and get that degree, you ain't gonna have none of that Southern stuff. Well, you gonna be rocking that maroon and white, boy.
Listen, I want to go back to a question that you posed, Mr. Campbell, and kind of talked about. What is it is important? And I think the importance of having a strong schedule is simply because you want the reputation of your conference to come up. Like it's all about the reputation of the conference. Like the way that people fear the Big Sky and all those guys out there is the same way that they should fear coming down and playing a SWAC school. That's what it should feel like. Because again, you probably have one of the toughest environments to come and play in, right? So it's like on top of that, and we beat you, and we'll put belt to ass if we need to. That's where you want to be at in this day and age in college athletics to dominate your competition. Listen, okay, you get a Power 5 or a G5 slipping, that's cool. But can you beat your counterparts? Can you compete with your counterparts? And again, Miss Campbell, you always said, listen, North Dakota State and all them big boys up there, that's a different world, right? We understand that. They state schools and all that type of stuff. But come on, man. Southeastern, come on, man. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We got to.
Well, I want you to go, but can I validate your point so well? How excited do we get when we win that first 4 game in the NCAA? Is that not your exact point? We play these other conferences. They are clearly, you know, sometimes they'll mess around and put the me, but overall, it's a white conference that we play, and we stick our chest out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as you well know, we have to play all these money games. Our records really look bad. You know, you come in there, you might be 17-15, and this school has come in, and we play them. And to your point, what does it do, Scotty? It validates the conference. Because we have won these first 4 games, I think more first 4 games than any other quote-unquote FCS football conference / basketball.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point that out. So when people say, oh, well, Scotty, what you say it in basketball with no problem. You get excited. You go to church, but go ahead. I just wanted to point that out.
Well, I was actually going to mention to that point. It's like, honestly, man, the SWAC, for all of its purposes, is saying, I'm going to take my ball and go home. I don't care about your respect. We don't care about the perception or the respect of the conference. We don't. You got D2 out here destroying Valley. And I know people say, well, it's Valley, but it doesn't matter. Because, again, no D2 should be coming in, beating up on Valley. And honestly, the conference from a football standpoint is not respected athletically when it comes to D2s and other conferences. So my thing is, we don't even have the mentality to say we're going to earn our respect. There is no pride. Matter of fact, I hate what I'm about to say, but if you notice when the SEC has to play any type of non-conference games, toward the end of the games, do you know what the crowd says a lot of times? SEC, right? And so the thing is that because they take pride in wanting to beat other conferences, right? We don't have that. It ain't in us. Now, we'll cheer if Southern's going to play somebody, or like, hey, the Southern young lady was in the track and field championship. Yeah, we all gonna root for her. But when it come down to it, man, we not on that. We don't care about respect. We don't care about, you know, our reputation, and we're not in the business of changing that. Our idea is to take our ball, do our own thing, go to our bowl game. But guess what? We're not the only conference that has a bowl tie-in, by the way.
But
so again,
let me jump in here real quick. I think I'm trying to, you know, Miss Campbell, I'm trying to, trying to play in these weeds, right? But I think it's hiring coaches like Tremaine Jackson, right, who care about the reputation of the institution and the conference. Because what does he say? Listen, we a D1 program. We gonna play D1 schools. Like that just is, again, I'm not taking away from tradition. I'm not taking again, I get schools have their traditions and those can be one-off games. But there's no reason why outside of tradition we're playing lower levels. And I'm glad the SWAC went to what they're going to. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we're pushing this new mantra of, hey, like, these games ain't going to be allowed.
Not doing it no more.
We're not doing this no more, right? Because, again, we do have a reputation. And I think the thing about it is that at some point in time, fans of the game have to respect things outside of HBCU football, right? Because if you're getting up, and again, it goes back to just playing teams in your state. You don't gotta, listen, Jackson ain't got to go up to, now I would love to see it, right? They ain't got to go up to Montana to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to do that. They go play a local powerhouse that people going to come out to see that. Because what is that? That's bragging rights within your state, right?
Yeah,
like,
your region
so
too.
It's no different if Southern went down to Nichols and beat Nichols. Like, that's bragging rights in your state. You see what I'm saying? If no different than, you know, if FAMU went down to when y'all had played South Florida that one year and y'all had opportunity to win that game, y'all beat that. That's bragging rights, right? So again, it's it's Alabama State going to play Troy. It's A&M playing Austin Peay, right? Like beating these teams give us bragging rights in the state and also win recruiting battles as well. Because if I tell you that, I got to recruit, he said, well, I'm going to Austin Peay. I'm like, bro, we just beat them. Why you want to go Austin Peay? We just put 20 on them. You see what I'm saying? So it's little things like that I think make everybody better and then elevates the football. But it starts with the fans caring about games outside of HBCU. You got to care.
Well, I'm gonna
you
make
can't
a point.
only care when you win. That's not how that works, right?
I'm gonna say this, and people could disagree with this, but I mean, I have the facts to back it up. That's the way FAMU used to be, because FAMU would go beat folks in the playoffs, and that was a big thing because we had won the playoffs. So when we were going to the playoffs, it was like, okay, go do work, and that was a thing. And when we were playing the Georgia Southerns and the Troy, we were beating these people that were in our areas when they were FCS, not when they FBS.
Fair.
So I think that has to do with, I think the SWAC, because it was such a tradition-laden, big-name schools that were next to each other, Southern versus Jack State, Grambling versus Jack State, all that. When you say, again, if you ask the average person, let's be honest with you, the average SWAC person, and tell them to name a school in the Sun Belt or the Southland or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't do it. They wouldn't be able to do it because there's no connectivity there. And I think what I do like what Tremaine Jackson, but I will say this too, they also, because Texas has a lot of FCS schools that they're very close, so they're the money work, you know what I mean? Get on the bus, come right back. But I think for him especially, he has to do it because he's recruiting against a whole bunch of people and he's recruiting against his past, right? He's recruiting against his past. So how you change your past? You make your future better. So if he starts beating these teams, and don't tell me nothing about what happened 30, 40 years, the 80-game losing streak. I just beat Tarleton right now.
Yeah.
We want to know against Tarleton. That's what I know. You know how T-Jack go do it. T-Jack go break it down.
Hit him with that Chinnisberry. 1-0.
Yeah. 1-0. And that's what they do. So I think I agree, man. When it comes to that, I guess, my argument has always been, I just want fair to be fair. You know what I'm saying? And everything. But there are schools like, again, who was that? Was that Alcorn lost to the school that hadn't won like in
Northwestern State? Northwestern State.
We can't lose that game.
But I think, and Zoe, you can jump in here whenever, but that's why I love the MEAC schedule so much. It makes them they don't have enough teams to just beat up on themselves and then just say, hey, this is what it is. They gotta go out and beat some guys. Now, again, you only gotta beat the 5 in your conference to win a championship. That's a whole nother thing, right? But to fill their schedule out, they got to go out and play the PWIs. They got to go out and play the big boys, right? And that's how NCCU builds the credibility that they built. That's how Dale State gets the credibility that on the Deshaun Jackson first year, how he played Delaware and how he competed against these other schools, right? Sacred Heart and all of them in his first year of competition, because you're like, whoa, like, when did Delaware State look like this? And when did they start playing like this? When South Carolina State, Chinnisberry start beating white coaches, right? Like when he starts getting out there and doing those things, you start getting a different image of that conference and what they can be. During the NCAT years, when NCAT was dominant and beating out of conference opponents, right? It all builds the credibility of your program and it builds the platform of your conference. And again, the reason why those schools in the Big Sky and the Mountain West and all of them schools or whatever they call up there, right? The reason that they get the credibility is because of the schools that they beat.
So I'm gonna paint a picture for y'all, right? If you look at Prairie View last year, who won the conference, I think Prairie View only beat 2 teams that were above 500. If you look at Alabama State only had 1 win against a team that was 500 or better. Jackson State had 1 win against a team 500. No, 2 wins. I'm sorry. 2 wins against teams 500 or better. I want you to see what I'm doing here. All the teams that had winning records in the conference last year, no one had more than 3 wins against teams that were 500 or better. And so we'll hoop and holler about, I just want to get to win the SWAC championship and get to the Celebration Bowl. Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to get to the Celebration Bowl and I only got 2 wins against teams that's 500 or better. You're literally the best of the worst. So basically, it says whenever you play anybody good, you're gonna lose. Just happen to beat a whole bunch of bad teams. That ain't what you should want. You should want to be competitive. I want the SWAC to have it where you got 7, 8 teams, 500 or better. They're playing competitive games outside the conference and they're winning half of those. It changes the perception of it. It changes the energy of it. And now also think about it when you have a team, if you beat 6 or 7 teams, we're winning records in that 1 year. Then you go to the SWAC championship game, win it. Then you automatically know when you Celebration Bowl, we're playing a team with a winning record. But no, we're satisfied and we're happy that we're beating teams on beating the team we got one winning record on our whole entire schedule, and we're happy with that. And we know it. That's why I'm saying it's almost like we're taking our ball and going home. We don't care. We just, by golly, I just won a championship. I don't care if you have people literally saying, I don't care if every team on our schedule has a losing record. As long as we win the SWAC, I'm good. That's hard. That's a loser's mentality. It's a loser's mentality.
I think I think it has to come from the top to where you have to control conference games, right? Like you can't have. My suggestion would be that we bring down some of the conference games, and that you have to schedule more out of conference games. And in scheduling out of conference games, those out of conference games can't be technically in conference games, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that would help put some mystique on the conference, right? That you're just saying, hey, like we're competing with the big dogs, we're playing against the big boys, we're fighting against the big dogs as well. So I would like to see it. I mean, listen, I hope, because I used to love seeing Alcorn's schedules when McNair was there, and he used to have a monstrous schedule. You're talking about some Stephen A. Smiths Lord Jesus, Stephen F. Austin's, right?
Yeah. Sam Houston, Sam Houston State.
You know what I'm saying? He would have all those teams, right? And even the Maynard years, Maynard would always have an Austin P, a Troy, or some type of good out of conference opponent. So I think just seeing more of those type of schedules is where it's at. My thing is, it looks a lot better when you're 10-1 than 7-4. I'm just saying, it just looks a lot better.
It looks better, but let me give you an example of how everybody who say they disagree with my point, how they're contradicting themselves. I want you guys to go back to last season. What was the very first game that we saw on the college football season that involved the SWAC school last year? The very first one. It was Alabama.
SWAC, I thought
it was UAB in Alabama State.
Hey, that game was amazing.
But watch this. But remember how everybody was? Oh my God, everybody looked good. Alabama State should have won the game, right? Everybody was doing 2 in it. But so that energy you had, you know why you had it? Because of the opponent.
You're right.
You had that energy because of who the opponent was. Because Alabama State came this close, they could have beat an FBS school. So you don't have their energy if they were playing Tuskegee. You don't have their energy if they're playing Edward Waters. So that's why I'm saying you're contradicting yourselves. You do want to see these games and us being competitive. I think we probably got PTSD from getting our ass whooped, blown out from playing Power 4 schools or FBS schools. Maybe that's what it is. But you're contradicting yourself every time we get ready to play a Sunbelt school, or if the game is close, we got a chance to win. Because you wouldn't even have the energy that you have talking about it if it was Tuskegee. Because we're supposed to beat them.
That's big facts. That's big facts. You know, again, the schedule, and Scott, I'm going to just tell you this. The SWAC, you got enough games, because especially when you go into a 12-game schedule, you can play everybody named Mama. So you can do everything that you want to do and still play 3 really good teams. Within your, like I said, again, you ain't got to travel all over the world. You can find somebody within your radius and play them. But again, I think this really just has to come down to, I think you're going to see a change, because, you know, we talk about Alabama State, and I'm sorry, they're just a perfect example of it. The only way that 10-game mark means something is if they went to the Celebration Bowl. If you don't that 10 games looks good, but if you don't close the deal, then you're sitting up there because you know what? People start picking apart your 10 games. They start looking at, hey, you really didn't play anybody. And you play Tuskegee and you talking about you want to go to the playoffs. So that's the thing about it. When you have that schedule like that, and it was just like with us, that schedule we had when we played like West Florida or whatever, and we did play South Florida that year, but Willie was like, listen, we Celebration Bowl a bust. Point blank, period. We ain't going to play no games about no, you know what I'm saying? This schedule is built for us to win a national championship. And he said it. He said it. Went right on there on whatever. Boy, I can't think of the boy's name from Louisville. And then when I say you got to let your Willie say you got to let your snake hang. You know what I'm saying? He was like, listen, I already heard it. I have to win it with this schedule. If I don't win it with this schedule, we'd have this comment. And that was the whole thing. That's why nobody had no problem with it. Because he ran the table, beat everybody. So when you do that, that's the thing, which is going to be interesting about Prairie View. And again, I don't know what I'm not going to, we'll do that later on, pick who going to win what or whatever. But to your point, if T-Jack can just get one of those, then I know what he's already going to say. We're already going to play the hardest teams on our schedule. You know T-Jack going to be just that arrogant. We don't play the hard teams on our schedule.
But it's no different than basketball. It's literally no, again, you know, in basketball, you play like, you know, HBCU teams, they stack the front end of their schedule to play those hard teams to see where their team is at. If T-Jack comes out against those top teams and he looks, now again, and Zoe loves saying this, what's your thing, Zoe? Everything is, you can't compare. Like if I play Stephen F. Austin, then I go play Southern, like it's not comparative or something. You always say something like,
no, it's not. I mean, you can't compare
right?
contrast.
Yeah, right. So, but my thing is for T-Jack, it's for him and his team. If it's one of those things where if I step in and I play Stephen F. Austin or whoever they play top team, right? And let's say they lose by 3. What T-Jack gonna turn around and say, what other team in the conference would have done that? That's how you flip it for your benefit. Now, if you come out and win, if T-Jack comes out and wins that game, then he's really telling his team, we're primed for another run. If we do things that we want to do, and again, football is all, you know, it's game by game, you know what I'm saying, of adjustments and understanding and people taking things away and doing stuff like that. But again, if T-Jack comes out and he has a great first game and he beats a big opponent, that is a segue to say, hey, listen, we're here. We've arrived. It wasn't a fluke last year. We're here. And we've arrived, and we're gonna run the table again. And I think that's just for him and his team and his validity of what he wants for Prairie View. Because, like Mr. Campbell said, he's not just recruiting against FC. You in the state of Texas. I mean, it's a galore of teams that he has to compete with. So he has to stand out in some way or fraction to get the recruits that he wants. And being the personality that he has, being that he's turning Prairie View around, I picked him to do that. I just want to be very clear. I did pick. I said that from day one. Shout out to Jermaine Jackson, and all the things that he's doing. You listen. If you're a Prairie View fan, you should be very excited for what's to come.
Hey, Scotty, I wanna pull while I got you because I pulled up something, and we're gonna shift gear because I'm LeBron thing. We're not gonna do that tonight because since I got you, because I saw something very, and I want to get your opinion on this. So, Sports Illustrated did a ranking of the 5 best athletes from each state, and I want you to look at this, and I want to get your opinion on something because I found this very interesting because it's 2 states. Matter of fact, let me go to that one first because I was mind blown. Hold on one second before I pull it up. Let me go to that state first.
The number 1 athlete from Maryland got to be Kevin Durant.
All right, we'll pull that up because we're gonna.
Yeah, do Maryland. DMD.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do Maryland. But it's the state of Florida. Now you think about the track, baseball, football, even basketball. But look at who they said. This is the state of Florida.
They better not put Tim Tebow. They better not put. Oh man, of course.
I was,
Smith
you know what?
2. I don't know. I would go Emmitt Smith at number 2, but definitely number 1.
When I saw this, and I had to think about this: is Deion Sanders the best athlete to ever come out the state of Florida?
I have to agree.
Nah, I'm gonna say something. It's an omission on there. I'm taking Emmitt. There's no way Emmitt Smith should be on there and Bob Hayes, is it?
For me, number one.
So go ahead, Scott. Go ahead. Because
the reason I say Deion Sanders is because he's impacted so many different sports, right? So he's probably top 5 in every sport that he played. You know, like just him being him, right? Playing baseball, playing. I mean, not top 5, of course, like just all time baseball. I'm just saying in the state of Florida, right? Like being a great baseball player, being a great track athlete, being a great football athlete. Like I don't know how many other players can speak to that, being at that type of quality to where you could go professional in every sport. That's crazy. Like,
bro, how you gonna have? Oh, I'm my bad, Scott. I was gonna say I'm looking at it. I'm like, how the hell you gonna have Chris Everett and not Vince Carter on there?
Vince Carter from
no. So Chris Evers, Vince Carter's not. If you compare the two, Chris Evers is a top 5 women's tennis player. No, you got to have. I like Chris Evers. She's not her.
You speak.
You're talking about all the. But Ray Lewis to me 5. That's where the shake is.
Yeah, Ray Lewis.
But the thing is said top 5 athletes, not top 5 accolades. Because ain't nowhere here you got.
So they're counting the accolades. That's how they're getting the athletes.
Well, if that's the case, Bob, man, ain't no way in here you gonna have anything of top athlete before that not have Bob Hayes.
The accolades, now it's not the physical. The accolades is what's calling it. So, Scott, we're gonna jump down here to Maryland and your top 5 and see what you think about it. And I want to get to Louisiana. Listen.
Oh, Michael Phelps.
Your top 5 is your great state of.
Michael Phelps over Babe Ruth. Michael Phelps easily over Babe Ruth.
Hey, that's a good list though.
That's a hell of a list.
Katie that's a hell of a list. Is she another swimmer? Katie.
Yeah, she's another swimmer. Yeah, Katie Ledecky is the female Michael Phelps. Yeah, she's the female Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I would have to put both of them over Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant hasn't won anything by himself. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to add accolades in there, right? So he hasn't.
Yeah, because this is what it is.
Yeah, if you would have did something outside of the Warriors, I probably could have gave it to him. But I mean, Michael Phelps got to be number 1. I'm sorry, like this white man had to make this because Babe Ruth is not number 1 on me. Like it's Michael Phelps. It's not even close.
Yeah, man, Michael Phelps is more heralded than Babe Ruth. He has more hardware than Babe Ruth.
That's the thing. It's like, you know what? And again, and let's keep it a buck. Like I said, I know there's a certain group of people that fantasize Babe Ruth. Bro, you didn't play all the best baseball players. Let's keep it a buck. You didn't. So that automatic disqualifies. If you did not play all the best baseball players, Willie Mays wasn't playing, Jackie Robinson wasn't playing when you were playing. None of them people. I can go on and on and on. Frank Robinson,
Josh Gibson, man, cool Papa Bill.
Yeah, like, bro, let's just, so I understand they want to fantasize, but I'm like that. Michael Phelps is literally the greatest Olympian potential.
Ever. Man, Michael Phelps.
This is Olympics.
How many goals does he have? Like, don't he got like?
He got like
12.
Right,
yeah, like 12 gold medals.
Yeah, he has the record. So yeah, we definitely gonna get
Texas and then Virginia.
Yeah, Mississippi. Let me see what Mississippi is.
That's why I'm getting to. But this is why I pulled it up. You can't name another state.
That's
for the top 5, it can't be argued, and for the top 5 HBCU guys.
Archie Manning. You can't tell me Archie Manning is the 5th best athlete to come out of Mississippi. Like, come on, bro.
They just had to throw him on.
Nah, they just put him there because, man, I could put women. I could put Ruthie Bolden up in there, man. I could put so many. Man,
what about the Bama from the Friday Night Lights movies about?
Oh, you talking about Marcus Dupree?
Yeah.
No, Lucia Harris, man. Lucia Harris, the first woman to get drafted by the NBA.
Yeah, Archie Manning be on that list is crazy.
I'm crazy. Like when I was like, you all now everybody else, you can't. Well, first of all, you can't argue Walter and Jerry and Brett Favre and McNair. You just can't. But just for historical,
now to me,
but Archie, come on, man.
Steve
Listen,
over Brett. That's me personally. I'm flip flopping that. Just athlete. We're talking about athlete, not careers.
Well, and here's the thing: athlete. The only reason why Because college accolades, Steve had more college accolades. The only reason why Brett Favre gets that is because he got them MVPs in the NFL and a Super Bowl ring. That's it. That's it. Now, here was the thing. Now, our neighbors over here to the west of us is Louisiana. You know, Louisiana got all Louisiana. But I was like, hold on.
I know that's crazy. I know that's a crazy.
So I know Louisiana got my guy.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is the best y'all can do, Louisiana?
One? Are you kidding me?
I'm like, come on, man. Now, I don't know. Like I say, let me see who is Armand. Armand, what does he do? He's a two-time Olympic vaulter. Okay. Who represents Sweden, but backyard and male
outlet. Where is Willis Reed?
Now, come on, man. That's why I'm like, come on. I'm like, really? Really?
And I was Louisiana?
Scotty?
In Shaq from Louisiana?
No, he's from New Jersey.
New Jersey, Texas, yeah.
New Jersey in Texas, but New Jersey.
Yeah, you know, I'm just like, when I saw this, I was like, man, this is mad shaky right here, boy. This is mad shaky. I was like, and you know what?
He said we claim Shaq in New Jersey.
Now let's roll down the old great state of Texas.
Peyton Manning being number one is dog. A white man had to make this list. A white man. I was like, this list.
Nah,
Peyton Manning being number one in Louisiana.
No, New York. Now listen, New York. These heavyweights right here, boy. These heavyweights, New York.
Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
New York.
Jigga Ray,
that's crazy.
And Lou Gehrig. I mean, Julius is fifth is crazy. Like that. When you got Julius Erving at fifth, that's wild,
bro. That when I saw that, I was like, yeah, New York hitting them over the head, like of the all-time greatest.
But I'm gonna say this: I'm not putting Jim Brown above Kareem, though.
No, I'm not either. I'm with you on that. Kareem changed the game. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Now and this is North Carolina, of course, with Jordan Curry, Richard Perry, all time. Chris Paul.
You know what?
Chris Paul.
So hold on. So there's a major omission on this list. Major omission on this list.
LT is from Virginia, I believe. Lawrence Taylor from Virginia. I
could have sworn LT was from North Carolina.
No, LT played in North Carolina, but I'm pretty sure he's from Virginia. Matter of fact, we can look at it real quick.
I could have sworn LT is from North Carolina.
No, I think. Hold on. I'll tell you. We'll just jump down to Virginia just real quick. And we'll come back to Texas.
Michael Vick got to be number one.
Yeah, see, Lawrence Taylor's from Virginia.
Okay,
that's why.
Okay. I was finna say,
how
man.
Michael Vick is not on this list, I will never understand.
So here's the interesting thing. Okay, Arthur Ashe, first black man to win Wilmington. I get that. Lawrence Taylor, all-time great. Mia Hamm, greatest female soccer player.
She belongs there. She belongs there.
Moses Malone. Yeah, 100%. Mia Hamm belongs there.
Everybody knows Mia Hamm.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. Moses Malone, I think Moses
Malone.
Exactly. Now, the David Robinson thing, that's what I was like.
I don't know about that one.
That, because I don't know.
I don't know about that one, dog.
Is Kyrie Irving from New York or he from New Jersey? I thought he's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey.
But then also,
Oh, Julius Peppers is from Virginia? I thought he's from North Carolina.
Man, but guess what, man? AI's from Virginia, man. Ronald Curry from Virginia.
Let me go to now Texas. Here's the great state of Texas. This is for
Patrick Mahomes.
You can't go wrong with the GOAT, Simone Biles.
How do you put?
But Patrick Mahomes number two.
Patrick Mahomes over Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey, y'all hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let y'all out to Texas.
How do you put Patrick Mahomes over Shaquille O'Neal?
Man, nobody. You can argue Simone Biles because all the goals she has, but Shaq is too low. Sheriff Swoop belongs there, but man,
I think she should be stay. And I'm not mad at Clayton, but I think you could find a better fifth athlete in the state of Texas than Clayton Kershaw.
I got a question though, Scotty. So, Clayton Kershaw or Nolan Ryan?
Nolan Ryan. Nolan
So
Ryan. It's like
I think a lot of problem with a lot of sports, we tend to deal with recency bias.
They say Earl Campbell, Eric Dickerson. Are they from Virginia or are they from
No,
Texas?
they're from Texas.
And Earl Campbell, the fact that Patrick Mahomes is over Earl Campbell or Eric Dickerson is even crazier to me. Like Patrick Mahomes.
Look, I forgot. Roger Clemens,
Now,
Clayton Kershaw, Nolan Ryan, or Roger Clemens.
I'm taking Nolan Ryan. But
bruh,
Patrick Mahomes shouldn't be on this list. I'm sorry. Patrick Mahomes should not be on this list. Period.
No. Patrick Mahomes, there's no way. And I'm like this. Didn't you just say, hold on, because wait a minute. Roger Clemens is from Texas.
Yeah, and Roger Clemens and Nolan Ryan.
How in the hell is Clayton Kershaw over Roger Clemens?
I just told recency bias.
Because I mean, say what you want, even though Roger might.
He's worthy.
But let me tell you something.
He's worthy to be there. He's worthy to be there, but it pales in comparison. No. I'm not saying. Oh, I'm saying he deserved. He. You can make an argument for him, but he doesn't belong over Roger Clemens or Nolan Ryan. It's just recency bias.
Like I'm a man, and I'm thinking about all the people from Texas that won Heisman's and stuff like that.
Vince Young.
I'm like, come on, man. What other black states we need to look at real quick?
Alabama.
You know what? I forgot we did not look at California. Let me go that.
Oh man, who would
matter
be
of fact, let me
number
go
one in Cali?
Flojo.
Yeah.
Oh, she's definitely got on that list.
Flojo, Marcus Allen, OJ Simpson.
I don't think they're gonna put OJ.
Now they ain't gonna do my boy OJ right. You know they ain't gonna do my boy OJ right. I already know.
If they put Reggie Bush for California, it's don't even do the rest of the list.
Reggie Bush is gonna be on here. There's no way. Florida. Here we go. Delaware, Connecticut, Colorado. Okay. California.
Tom Brady's not bad. Tom Brady's not bad.
This heavyweight list right here.
That's a heavyweight list, bro. That's a heavyweight list, man.
Yeah,
this list. You know what's crazy about this list?
You gotta got like the best of the greatness from everybody, from every sport. You probably got like the
right. That's what I'm saying. But
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bill Russell doesn't belong on this list.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just make this point because I want to hear what's great about this list. The cultural impact of the people on this list also. Not only their athletics, historically, you talking Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, Jackie Robinson, Bill Russell, just from a historic standpoint in athletics.
Bill Russell should not be on this list.
You crazy.
No, he's not from California.
Where is he from then?
Louisiana.
Well, somebody, okay. Now,
he's from Louisiana. He played college ball for the University of San Francisco. He's from Louisiana.
Okay, see, they should know he shouldn't be on. Well, you know what's funny? Hold on, wait a minute. Let's get to your point. That he should be number one on Louisiana. Damn sure should be.
Yeah, he's born in Monroe, Louisiana. I just looked it up.
Come on,
Bill
man.
Russell was born in Monroe, Louisiana. Yep.
Now, Sports Illustrated got to do better. Sports Illustrated got to do better because if that's the case, then there's no way that Bill Russell, that number one athlete, ever came out of Louisiana.
Yeah, he went to college with University of San Francisco. That's it. But he's from Louisiana.
That is crazy. You know what? Hold on. We gotta go to the great state of Alabama because that's gonna be.
Oh, they said he attended McClellan's High School after his family moved to Oakland, California. So that's where they're talking about.
Okay, that's what they're doing.
There. Yeah,
he grew up.
Yeah, he graduated high school in Oakland, California.
Now, hey, Alabama.
That's goated.
Alabama's.
That's goated, bro.
Alabama.
Damn.
Bro.
Henry Aaron, Willie Mays, Bo Jackson, Satchel Paige, Charles Barkley. God, dog.
Bro. Now, hey.
And you know what? They might not even say Alabama. That's just straight Birmingham and Mobile.
that is big fact. But you know what's funny? Yeah, what's funny about this, and when you look at this, and this is why I just found fascinating when you look at this, because you look at the eras, like I say, Satchel Paige and Willie Mays and Hank, Bo a little bit newer, Charles a little bit newer. But you think about all the white athletes, and they couldn't even sniff this list in Alabama. All those white boys that played University of Alabama,
that's fair,
couldn't even get nowhere close to this list. That's the thing about it, man. This is just, when you look at the amount of athletes right there and those names, and these ain't no minor names.
Yeah.
Every one of these are legendary names, one way or another. Now, of course, Bo Jackson didn't have the perfect, but Bo Jackson was Bo.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, college-wide, Bo. You know what I'm saying? Satchel Paige, it's just.
West Virginia got to have Randy Moss #1.
Okay, let's.
Do we go to Georgia?
Because I know Jerry West. Oh yeah, let's do Georgia. Now, Jerry West is from West Virginia, so Jerry West is going to be #1.
They going to put Nick Saban in there.
He from West Virginia?
So Georgia, of course, Tiger Hall all-time hits leader. Before Pete Rose broke it, Herschel, Walt, Clyde. I did not know Clyde was from that list. Who you say?
Maya Moore definitely got to be like.
Man, Maya Moore, absolutely, no doubt about it.
I feel like we missing somebody
in Georgia.
Yeah, I feel like we missing somebody.
Now you want me to tell you?
Julio
I'm not
Jones.
mad at this list, but I'm gonna tell you.
List.
Who was that?
He said for Alabama.
Hey, Blue from me. He said I got to represent. You got Evander Holyfield, Jesse Owens, Julian Jones, and more from Alabama and Saint Amount. Okay, so you claiming Evander, you taking Jesse. See, this is where the thing is tricky on how they determine, residency, right? Because like, how are we doing residency? Because I'm gonna tell you this, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like Dominique Wilkins, I believe, is from Georgia. Ain't Dominique from Georgia? Or is he from South Carolina? Dominique, I understand why he's not on this list, but I can argue Dominique being on this list. I can definitely argue.
No, I think Dominique. No. I think Dominique's from North Carolina. I know he was born in Germany. I know he was born in Germany. I think he's North Carolina.
He was born in France. He was born in France.
Great. I knew that the country.
This is okay. Now hold on. Now me and my boy. Now Scotty, you might be too young for this, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. This list is flawed because if Isaiah Thomas is not on this list is not right. But there's no way Isaiah Thomas is not on this list and Dwayne Wade is, because Isaiah Thomas was a Chicago legend. He won a national championship.
And
he was the greatest small-time 6-foot basketball
guard
ever.
Hold on, let me say this by way of Vicksburg, Mississippi. But go ahead.
No question. And he played in 3 finals and won 2. Man, there's no way that Isaiah's not supposed to be on this list.
Who the hell is Bonnie Blair?
Now she won a lot of Olympic medals. I think she was a speed skater. I think Bonnie Blair.
Candace Parker from Illinois.
Yep. Naperville. She's from Naperville.
Yeah. So Candace Parker, I like that. But Dwayne Wade, there's no way. And over Candace Parker, I'm not even allowing that. No way. I'm not allowing that. No. Yeah, and that's what it is.
Like a linebacker. He was a linebacker.
Yeah, linebacker. Yeah. The Dick Buckets Award. That's who his name now. He played for the Bears.
Yeah.
Legendary. But now y'all said West Virginia. Well, and listen, hey, the first 2 can't sleep on this Indiana. Larry Legend, Oscar Robertson.
Man, please.
They get short 3, 4, 5.
Bruh, if Bob Brees is the best football player, you got you in trouble.
Ooh, hey, now listen. Now this was a sneaky ass list right here from Kansas, because Lynette Ward was all-time scorer.
Barry Sanders, Walter
and Barry Sanders.
Jackie Stiles.
Jackie Stiles was one of the greatest scorers college basketball. Walter Johnson, baseball player. Yep, baseball player.
Yeah, she was cold. She was lighting the NCAA tournament up when she was coming out.
Yeah. So now here was the one in Kentucky, and this was amazing when you see people. The greatest Muhammad Ali, of course, from Louisville. Wes Unseld played for my Bullets.
Paul Hornung.
From Louisville too. But let's
Paul Hornung and Cliff Hagan.
Yeah. We looked at Maryland. Was this quick match with Massachusetts Rocky? Yeah, okay. Patrick Ewing 3. I get that. Rebecca Lowe. Yeah, trash.
Oh, yeah.
Now Michigan, Joe Louis, Irvin Jeter, Floyd Mayweather.
By way of Amory, Mississippi.
How about that? That's a strong list right there. That's a strong. Oh, now see,
yeah, they gotta.
Thank Emmett. This is total. If this is true, what you say, Emmett, this is total disrespect.
My thing is,
Go ahead.
Is like they have to put a disclaimer on this article of how, now, unless you moved when you was 1. Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying? But other than that, if you stayed there for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, like that's where you from.
This is a cold list right here too. Now,
hey, this
is a cold list.
Will Arnold,
this
Johnny
cold
Unitas,
list.
Joe Montana, and Kobe. Hey, that
boy, you got GOAT status all up and down this list right here, boy.
Yo.
You got GOAT status in all. You know the thing about it is the only person on this list. I'm talking about at the time when they were playing, that couldn't was Kobe, and Kobe's one of the all-time great. But I'm talking about Wilt Chamberlain, Arnold Palmer, of course, Johnny Unitas, Joe Montana, all of that GOAT status, and Kobe's 5.
Yeah.
I got a question. Would you keep Johnny Unitas or would you put Darrell Reeves?
No, Johnny Unitas.
Johnny Unitas.
But you gotta say Johnny Unitas was the first passing quarterback, so that's why you got to. And when you got an award named after you, bro. You know, the Johnny Unitas, got black high tops.
Yeah, but I mean,
a little bit cultural.
Hey, if you got an island named after you, though.
Yeah, but he was not the factor, the lead factor on the Super Bowl championship, because he didn't get. Well, Reeves didn't get it. He played for New England. When he got his right.
No. You remember when he was with the Jets and they got to the AFC Championship game with Mark Sanchez?
Yeah, but he didn't win the
defense.
Super Bowl, though. So that's what I'm talking about.
Nah, they ain't win no Super Bowl.
I think Asia's a little too low on that list.
It's South Carolina.
He should have been number 2.
I think Asia. I think when she retires, she moves up because she's already. You understand? She's already 3 right now. She's already 3. Yeah, Rocky. If that's Pennsylvania, Tony Dorsett. Come on, man. This is crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's go.
I think Johnny Shell should be on that list for South Carolina.
Now here, I got to shout this out because this is another HBCU great.
Wilma Rudolph.
Yeah,
Tennessee State Tiger Bill.
Yeah, so man,
that's what's impressive when you got HBCU people that are number 1 in a state.
Wait a minute. I will. This is personal. I will not stand. Tracy Calkins, you got to fucking go. Penny Hardaway now on the list for Tennessee is a travesty. I will not stand on Penny Hardaway slander nowhere. Penny Hardaway is now on that list. We got an issue.
Do it?
Man, we not gonna do it. We're not gonna do that, Penny.
Oh, man.
We're not doing that, man. Penny Hardaway got to be on there.
Well, they say the white girl got 3 gold medals and 63 American
I
records.
don't give a damn if she got 10. Penny Hardaway got to be on that list. Penny and Little Penny.
So we got to have Penny on there.
Man, you got to get the thing context. I don't think y'all understand, dog, what Penny Hardaway was, bro. For real.
There you go.
Jerry
There you go,
West, number
Scotty.
1, 2, Randy Moss. Yeah.
Man, hold on, dog. I'm finna show my age. Man, Mary Lou Retton, she belong up there too. That was a bad girl, boy.
Hey, man, 1984 Olympics, boy.
Man, Mary Lou Retton, that was a bad girl, boy.
Hey, man, Mary Lou was riding scamming people out of her money a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember that. She ran there running that scam talking about she had no money, had no people selling all that money. And everything.
Mr. Campbell gonna bring up the worst part of your life, boy.
Bro, yeah, you know, I got the shade for. Because man, so I'm gonna tell you something, Scott. What we need to do, hey, me and you and Zoe. Hey man, listen.
Hey,
they want to talk about my boy Jaylen Brown.
They're like, damn. Like,
oh, bro. Hey, they want to talk about my boy.
Well, all my scamming ass.
Where all my scamming ass?
Scamming, boy.
That's wild.
Scamming. See, y'all gonna make me pull that article up now, Mary Lou. Don't make me pull the article up just to back content.
Girl, get that go yard bag.
Oh man, she got that money to spend that shit.
Oh man, boy, oh my God,
Oh
bro.
man.
She
Said Olympic
was,
level
oh
scam.
man, she
Oh
was.
man, Olympic level scam.
Boy, just
my
scam.
goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that was
Because
funny.
matter of fact, see, cause here you go. You know, I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it. Oh, hold on, let's see. Oh no, that's the DUI chart. No, that's what I
He said, no, that's the DUI charge.
And I'm just saying, it said DUI.
Wow.
You know, it says DUI. Let's see. Let's see.
Hey
This is-
man.
Oh man.
Hey man, Mary Lou was take me through there. She go,
Bruh. Mary Lou, they need to
Mary
roll
Lou
out on
trying to
stage.
get past it. Mr.
Man.
Campbell like, nah, you know you had a couple. You ain't
No, you know, like I say, bro, no, like.
Whew, that was funny.
dang.
That was funny. Yeah,
Okay,
Cali
so
was
okay,
tough.
here, okay, just real quick, and then we'll move on because we're gonna get to West Virginia, then we're gonna get the last thing out of here or whatever. But here, because I put in Mary Lou scam here, you know, the white G. There's no evidence of Olympic Mary Lou Retton committing a scam, but bullshit. The medical fund, Retton was placed in intensive care unit battling rare for pneumonia. Her daughters launched a campaign on crowdfunding to help cover medical bills. Said she did not have health insurance. The campaign raised nearly $460,000. However, many critics accused the family of grifting or acting hypocritically, questioning how a celebrated former highly paid Olympic athlete could be uninsured and asking for public donations. In subsequent interviews, Retton defended her daughter's actions, stating they were just trying to save her life. She explained that she lacked insurance because the premiums were incredibly high due to numerous pre-existing conditions and over 30 orthopedic surgeries. Now, wait a minute now. Now, hold on now. I'm going to say this again. This is the day of Obamacare. We don't count pre-existing. Now, see, come on now. Come on, Mary Lou. Come on now. But see, so come on. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave Mary Lou.
So technically, what I'm reading is technically she didn't scam nobody.
Yeah, wait, technically.
Technically.
So technically. So let me put it. I'm sorry, allegedly. I'm
Wake
sorry.
your eye when you
I
say
apologize to Mary Lou Retton and her family. But I just know that you raised $460,000 and folks was like, why you ain't got no insurance? You call it whatever.
I don't need it. We pay for it in cash.
We so you know, I'm just saying, man. Like,
if we're being honest, I want to be very clear about the state situation. Maryland had the best Olympians.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, you said best Olympians?
Easily.
Oh yeah, I can't
easily.
No, I can't go. Oh, them medals is meddling over there. There's no question.
Them medals is meddling.
Bro, them medals is meddling. So we're gonna, like I said, we're not gonna do LeBron. We're not gonna. Hey, so
quantity. It's about quality. And we
facts.
I just want to make that very clear. That's all. That's a you know.
Well, Mississippi got. When we talk about quality, I'm gonna roll Mississippi on football then.
But listen, stacked. So Zo and Scotty, I'm glad you're here. You know, again, maybe you can't talk about this, maybe you cannot. There was an article and an interview done with Harold Ellis, Morehouse AD, about what his goals are for Morehouse. And let's talk about this and what he said, what he's looking to do with Morehouse. So I found this pretty interesting. And Harold Ellis played for the Clippers, so he played in the NBA. I remember Harold. So Morehouse College, of course, is still Division II, but alumnus turned athletic director no longer speaking like the Maroon Tigers and confined in that box. He said he wants to make it clear that his program is comparing itself to Division I HBCU brands and not shrinking from that comparison. And he talked about that. He said the former NBA veteran did more to accept the recognition. He sent a message. The SWAC and the MEAC were coming. That line will travel because it touched the conversation that has followed Morehouse College for years. Could Morehouse be one of the better known academic brands in higher education and eventually want to jump to D1? Nothing has been announced. Of course, it's still in the SIAC. Ellis name checked Ashley Robinson and Howard's Kerry Davis as his peers he's chasing. But let's go down this. Morehouse already has what many athletic departments spend decades trying to build. National name recognition, the academic reputation that reached far behind the SIAC footprint. Ellis said the challenge is making athletics catch up to that reputation. We have a high academic.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yep.
It's funny to me how HBCU Game Day will clip a show that get like 5 views. That's just crazy to me. I don't like That's just crazy to
Boy.
me. But I mean, hey, listen, okay, to each his own. But I just want to make that very clear. It's funny how. Okay, continue, Mr. Kim. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. And note it, because this show's gonna do over 1,000 views. Just I hate to put that out there, but we are. But Morehouse. So ADL said we have a high academic brand in athletics. I had to catch our athletic brand. I had to catch our academic brand. Morehouse is not trying to sell athletics as a replacement for academics. It's trying to present athletics as an extension of the Morehouse brand. Ellis said he personally helps recruit athletes and families and give them campus tours. And then this is what he said: a Division I future will require more than talk. Of course, talking about money. Morehouse has already tested 7 bigger spaces. Ellis pointed to football schedule against Arkansas Pine Bluff and playing Howard, and talking about Morehouse in front of Division I. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question: is this fantasy fairy tale ever going to happen? Is Morehouse going to finally solve the MEAC problem or the SWAC and all that money that those alums got?
No.
All that money. Because Morehouse got them. There's the one thing that they'll tell you, oh, we got the money.
My issue is you should.
It's going to take more than money.
Should have been did this. Should have been did it. Tuskegee too.
It's going to take more than money.
If I'm the MEAC, I'm calling Morehouse every single day. What we got to do? Who we got to talk to? Because they need the bodies. MEAC need the bodies. But go ahead, Zo.
It ain't gonna happen. They gotta fund the sports. Title IX come into play. They gotta upgrade facilities. How you gonna be D1 with a one-sided stadium?
So they're gonna build a new stadium.
Where?
Hey, that junk's like a prison. That football stadium is like a prison. I've been there. Like,
yeah, I know.
All they have to do now, they can build the bleachers on the other side.
Really, they don't really have much room to do it.
Nah, because they got it's literally that fence, and then it's that
and it's a building. I'm telling you, they don't really have land to do it.
Yeah, it ain't the most space over there.
I'm telling you, I'm building that campus a media day for Spearhouse. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to upgrade facilities again. Title IX coming to play.
Well, but they're all boys school.
I heard that, but I don't know. Does Title IX apply to all? I don't think.
No, it's an all boys school. It shouldn't apply.
Yeah, it's all boys
and
school.
they private.
Yeah.
So
I don't think. And Mika said that Houston Christian got a one-sided stadium. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think the state. Go ahead,
Mr. Campbell.
No, I don't think the stadium is the issue. I think is that do they have the wherewithal to go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to do it. That's the thing. Because looking at it and all that, because Morehouse, their alumni base got the money. Like you say, so that's not the problem. Now, some of the facilities thing, but again, like with anything, facilities can be worked out because I don't know what they're doing with Morris Brown Stadium that's sitting over there that actually could be, they could actually buy that, fix it up, and be crazy. Now, I don't know who owns it or whatever.
To me, I don't even think they should.
No, Morris Brown has it. It's the Morris Brown has it.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should do that. Right? And the reason I say that is because you want the environment to feel like the environment, right? Because I look at it like first of all, with Morehouse,
okay,
do they even care about athletics? Like that, you see what I'm saying? Like you got to care about, like, yeah, your athletic director might care about athletics,
right?
But doesn't mean your alums care about athletics. Doesn't mean your president cares about athletics. Doesn't mean you're going to get the response that you're looking for to try to be Division I, because they're going to be like, that's not, like, if any school says that's not our prerogative, Morehouse is that school to be like, bro, that is not our prerogative. They play sports because we have it, and that's it. We are arts, academic, business. Like, that's what our focus is, which is cool. But if I'm the MEAC, I'm blowing your phone up like a Tinder date. Like, what do we got to do to get you to come up to our level? Because we need the bodies, we need the brand, we need Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? That would be great for the MEAC, honestly.
Well, let me answer this. I know a ton of Morehouse alums, a ton. So there's the administration that I think Scott thinks like you are, and then there's the Morehouse men arrogance. we should be beating Howard. We can play FAMU.
No.
I'm telling you that the alum, right? Because what they see is, because they go to a homecoming, a FAMU homecoming, a Jack State homecoming, you know what I mean? They see the big atmosphere, and they're like, we can have that too.
They got it. Their house is huge.
So intertwined, and Spelman don't have any athletics, but Morehouse, those guys are so intertwined with other people from other HBCUs, right? So it's that, that water cooler thing. You know what I mean? Who you guys play today? Ha, 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 ha. FAMU, we get ready to play Jack State. Morehouse, who y'all playing? That's, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's that level of arrogance. I think that's where Harold Ellis is coming from, of that group of alums that have an urge and an itch to be on the grand stage, and again, basically be FCS, be it in the SWAC or being in the MEAC, because of those alums. Now, I think the academic mission, I think they could care less. Like you said, I don't think the president, I think if he's going to go ask for money, he's going to ask for that $100 million to go do what they always do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The chair, whatever. But I think the alums, just because I've been around them enough, because I've heard that, man, I wish we play FAMU. You don't want that. And again, in the game when they play Howard, I know they are very invested in that game. And they played that game for a very long time. I went to that game when it's been in Atlanta. So I'm just, it's very interesting. But to your point, let's get back to the point. What does that, if just say we'll just put out, what does that do for the MEAC if they can get Morehouse? So let's start with you first. What do you think?
I think Morehouse, if they come, it's good for the MEAC, because again, it gives them more stability with having another school. But I also think that Morehouse could be a lightning rod to attract another school to make a move with them. I think if Morehouse agrees to go, I think now there can be more of an attractive for Tennessee State, possibly, or Virginia State. I don't foresee Clark being able to do it, but possibly, you know what I'm saying? But I think if Morehouse does it again, it takes them from 6 schools to 7, and having that changes things. Now you got a 6-game conference slate, unless you decide to add another team. Because if they ever get back to 8 schools, that's a really, really good number, because now you're talking about 7 conference games, everybody play everybody, and then now you're talking about 5 non-conference games. So you offset the non-conference with more conference games. It's a good, healthy balance.
Scotty, what do you think? What do you think it would do for the MEAC?
It'll be huge, because Commissioner Stills isn't good, and
all right, wait a minute. No, we're not doing that. We're not talking about no commissioners. We're just talking, and I'm helping you out. Let's stick to what it would do to the MEAC. Let's just stick there. Go ahead.
It would validate it would validate her tenure if she could pull off a move from Atlanta to get the Atlanta market. It would validate her tenure, right? And then I believe I think NCAT's going to come back. I really do believe that. I think I do believe NCAT's going to. I think they're going to stay. I think they're going to be a football only MEAC school. I think that's what they're going to do it, because again, they can't compete in the CAA for football, but they compete in everything else, right? So I think at the end of the day is you get NCAT back for football only, because they can't compete. And then they stay, all their other sports stay in the CAA. And then you bring in Atlanta market. I think you got something there. Now, to me, the school that I would love to see move up is Tuskegee. I would love to see Tuskegee come to the SWAC. What? Tuskegee and the SWAC, and that Alabama State rivalry really be a D1 matchup? That would be epic. That Turkey Day Classic, and they both D1 institutions. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
And you know what's so funny when you do Tuskegee, because remember, FAMU was in the same conference with them back in the day in the SIC. Mm-hmm. So when you start talking about there is some traditional rivalry, and of course then they would play Alabama A&M and things like that. So on that, again, they would have to move schools around. But just to your point, the lay of the land where they would play.
Yeah, think about that.
And their tradition. Yeah, and then their quote unquote tradition of who they think they are and have been. You know what I mean? So no disrespect to Tuskegee, because I think they're the winners program in the HBCU football overall.
Yeah, I see people saying that would be a slaughterhouse. I think for the first couple of years, just like when NCCU made the jump to the MEAC, they lost early, but now NCCU is a power, right? Like, so to me, if you make the jump and you get the right coach, and Tuskegee fans are no different than Morehouse fans, where
that's
like
fact, and they got the money too. They got money.
Proud alums, right?
Yeah.
They're proud alums. They're a private institution, so they can do what they want. They're not dictated off state dollars and stuff like that. They're able to move it and do how they see fit. Tuskegee coming up to the SWAC would be amazing, especially for the state of Alabama, because now you're talking about Ed Reed being the coach. I would not be mad at that, right? I would not, because you need the notoriety. You're talking about one of the most legendary HBCU schools with a celebrity coach. I think that's a great push.
And then Tuskegee don't have any abandoned buildings on campus neither. I just want to point this out, that Alabama State has played Tuskegee 85 times. Tuskegee leads the series 46, 38-1.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's facts. And Alabama State, just remember, just got the most of them wins the last 20 years to catch up.
Yeah, with the shift. Yeah. So
to catch up.
I'm just saying, that would be a dope move.
Tuskegee has played Hampton 27 times and lead the series 15-12. They played South Carolina State 18 times and lead the series 11-7.
We gotta start putting, that's what I'm saying. You gotta put respect on Tuskegee's name. Like,
they played Prairie View 9 times and lead the series 6-3. They played Grambling 4 times and the series is tied 2-2.
A lot of teams can't say that. A lot of teams cannot say they're 500 and better against those name heavyweights. I know that for a fact.
Especially Grambling.
Thank you.
So I mean, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is Tuskegee is not a school that is just like, oh, it's Tuskegee. Like, nah, like, if you move Tuskegee up and you gave Tuskegee time to build it the right way, and it's not even, and yes, the facilities are going to play a part, but it's just about getting acclimated to Division I. And like Zo said, funding what needs to be funded, right? Because at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Rocky, they're 1-3 against Jackson State.
There you go. Yeah, they didn't play Jackson State a lot. They never played them back in the day. Because like I say, played those Alabama and they had the SIAC. No, man, I just think that, again, when you see that, shout out to Harold Ellis, you know what I mean? He's thinking big, you know what I mean? He's looking at it. He's trying to do something different. And I'm like you. He's the athletic director. You want to be a big brand. You know what I mean? You want to be a big brand. You want to push that school. And like I say, to heights they haven't been, because that would be a big feather on his cap if he could pull it off. That would be because, of course, we be talking about it. That would be a big, and the MEAC, to your point, the MEAC would just lose their mind by having that 10 pole in Atlanta. What you got, Zo?
I want to make this last point because somebody said, what was their record like since 2005? Let me just point this out. From a decade standpoint, from the 2000s, Tuskegee played 117 games. Their record was 117. That's 85% winning percentage. In the 2010s, they played 111 games. There was 77-34, which is a 69% winning percentage. The 2020s, in this decade, 55 games. They're 28-27. They're one game above 500. Their total winning history, they played 996 games. They've won 601 games. They're the only HBCU to have 600 wins. They have 601 wins, 365 losses, and 30 ties for a 61% winning percentage.
I mean, the resume is there. The resume is there. Well, look, guys. Hey, man, listen. This has been Sipping on Sundays on a Monday. A little bit of outspoken, off-script channel, Rocky Mill channel. Please hit the like button, man. This is one of those things, man. We just do this, man. Always able to get Scotty on. Like I said, had to hit that mute button on him real quick. Make sure we don't want to get fined. We don't want to get fined and everything. But Scotty,
I can talk about the MEAC.
Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. We just want to make sure. But no, man, like I said, appreciate you coming on. Hey, man, on the throwdown, I'm going to get with Rocky, see if you and Rocky come up with another topic that you can come on and talk about on Thursday if you're available. Zo, let's again we're gonna do the LeBron stuff because I do want to, because LeBron. So I want to get your opinion on especially. Hopefully, LeBron does not sign before we can get through Rich Paul's big board, because that was amazing what he did with that big board that Rich Paul put together. But we'll have to do that next week.
Well, he didn't he didn't jump off the screen. Now I was going to tell you guys, man. I want to send a shout out to Scotty, man. Happy anniversary to him and his wife, man. The anniversary is tomorrow, so I want to send a shout out to him. But while we got a minute, I know we're getting ready to go. I want to
please.
I want to just say something to you guys. Fill you guys in with a little bit of what's been going on with me. So as of June 18th, I was notified that I was diabetic, and I've had a rough go at it the past 2.5 weeks. Been in the hospital, other little things, and I'm back now. I'm good. I'm only mentioning this because I feel like if something happened to me, I want to try to be a blessing or try to give someone else some information that could, possibly be a benefit or a help or a blessing to somebody else. So I just wanted to say this. Steve knew about this, and it's part of the reason why I missed we kind of moved some things with the last few shows. But I did want to tell you guys, black men, any one of y'all that can hear my voice, I am the single only person in my family that is diabetic. And was very ignorant to it, and this totally came in and wrecked my life, changed my life. I definitely want to tell you guys, black men, go get your A1C. Go get your A1C. And if any of you guys are familiar with diabetes and diabetic numbers, I got an A1C last year. My number came to 5. I went and did it this year. I jumped to a 17. I was walking around literally it could have had been in a diabetic coma. My number got just under 700. If you guys are familiar with those numbers, I check my stuff every day. I'm sitting at about 80 right now. I literally was just under 700. I didn't know. I was ignorant to all of it. But my point is, I was able to find this out because I did my due diligence and I got my A1C. I was trying to do some things to lose weight, and I wanted to check my cholesterol, things of that nature. And that's the very thing that changed the very course of my life. And as you guys know, I'll be 48 in September. Lord say the same. So any of you who could hear my voice, specifically black men, because we have this thing about not doing anything until we don't feel well. So I'm telling any of you right now, if you hear my voice, go to your doctor, go and get your A1C. Man, it draw your blood and it tells you everything. And honestly, when you do that, you should get that done every 3 months. It's not expensive, whether you have insurance or not. It is not an expensive thing, but it could be a very thing that could save your life. Go and get your A1C. It'll tell you everything, your prostate, your cholesterol. I mean, all your numbers. Seriously, bro. Do that because, like me, I want to. It's totally changed my life. So, I was a foodie. It was a 500 pound inside of me dying to come out. And now I'm at the point now where I'm eating to do things so I can just live. I don't snack. I don't do anything of that anymore. But I just want to be a benefit to somebody to say, Zo said this, man, you know what? Maybe I wasn't feeling good. Maybe I've been getting up in the middle of the night during my sleep, peeing all night long or whatever. Go and get your A1C, bro. It doesn't take long. Your health needs to be of a real good priority. So y'all keep in your prayers, because I'm telling you, I got notified I had diabetes. The very next day I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 2 days. So, and Steve know I had some issues with my vision, with my foot. I have neuropathy. So it's been real over here. I just hadn't really shared anything. So if y'all could keep your boy in your prayers, just trying to bounce back right. But I wanted to just tell the world this, not for no pity or nothing for me, but I want to be a blessing to somebody else to say, go and get checked and go to the doctor.
Well, I'm just going to back that up because as you guys know, this Monday show was started with Kofi and Scotty. And Kofi had talked to Scotty because they were supposed to do a show. And Kofi told he wasn't feeling well. Said, let's move today. And unfortunately, that was the last time Scotty talked to him. So I'm going to say this again. And when Zo called me and said he wasn't feeling well, and I knew he's got a beautiful fiance, and I knew he was confident. But the first thing I said, man, I don't care what it is, bro, go to the hospital. just to make sure. So we lost Kofi because he fought. It was okay, but that brother, my freshman brother's not here. So I'm saying to all you all, men and women, because a lot of you all are getting to that age, and even the young people, like I say, y'all moving fast, drinking this and eating that and all that. Please make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And if you do not feel right, especially, and I'm gonna say it again, there's no excuse. If you got a job with insurance, go. You paying for it. You're paying for it. Go make sure it's okay. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You're paying for it. Make sure, because I'll tell you one thing about it. You might catch something that you need to know about. So I just want to say I appreciate Zo saying that, because it's very important. We want Zo to be here. He looks great. He's on his health journey. He's losing weight and stuff like that. Y'all go back and look what Zo was doing a couple of shows a couple of years ago. You can just see that he's moving in the right direction. But I think this is very important because, man, we talked about a lot of topics today. But I'm glad we're ending this, because in the end, none of these topics mean nothing. We're not here to talk about them. So I appreciate you, you saying that, man. And like I said, man, and I'm going to say this, man, thank you for all you all joining the conversation. You don't have to agree with us. You can agree, but I'm glad that you're here every time we come on Sundays and Mondays, because, man, this is for us, by us. Some people don't like FUBU, but this is for us. And we appreciate the feedback that you guys get, because this was Sipping on Sundays on a Monday. Hey, man, we'll be on Sunday. Sometime we'll be on a Monday, but the one thing, you guys are always here, and I respect you for it. And I'm going to say this again, and to say it, I have no problem with saying, them prayer of you guys, but I just want to say this to my parents. It is not being scared when you're trying to protect your children. Always remember that. Always err on the side of protection, because one thing about it, you might not never be able to get that back. So, man, with that being said, what are you sipping on? We'll see you next Sunday.